feel like a champion.
Championship Friday in Harlem.
You know, it's a highly emotional game. Last year was as well.
The final night of the regular season will decide the region title.
I mean, it means a lot to me personally. I've been a part of this program as a player and as a coach for over 20 years. So it's very important to me. It's important to our community, our school.
Morgan County, Harlem.
The message to the guys is to take advantage of this opportunity and don't let them pass it by.
A champion, ain't nothing that can't be done. Oh yeah. I put it all on the line, definition of divine.
Welcome to Game Night Live. WJBF Sports presents local high school football live in your living room each Friday night. Game Night Live is powered by McDonald's. I'm loving it. And now, your hosts, John Hart and Ashley Brown.
For the third straight week, a region championship trophy will be handed out on Game Night Live tonight. It is the Region 4 3A championship in the Georgia High School Association between number 7, Morgan County, number 10, Harlem. John Hart, joined as always by Ashley Brown and AB. These two teams went at it last year for the region championship, and then once again, the trophy will be decided tonight. This is going to be an interesting game because you have a high-powered Morgan County run attack against a high-powered Harlem passing attack.
You do, and you've also got a Morgan County defense that only gives up 9 points a game. Both these teams, it really could be undefeated if you look at their records and look at who they played. Harlem lost 21-20 in a game they were up 20-0, and then they also lost another game 42-35 to an unbeaten Midland Valley team. We have two very good teams. There's a reason they're playing for a region title. Morgan County wants revenge from last year. Harlem's trying to make it 2 straight. Should be good.
Yeah, Harlem 8 points away from being undefeated. And that brings us to our 4 keys to the game.
Yeah, let's take a look at the visitors from Morgan County first. One thing is they've got to pressure the Harlem quarterback, Ethan Evangelista, one of the better ones in the area, and they need to establish the run. I think that they've got a great running back in Dorsy, and they're going to have to do that to keep Harlem's dynamic offense off the field. And then for Harlem, we talk about Ethan Evangelista. Give him time to work. He can run, he can throw. Give him time, and then also I really think they've got a gang tackle. You know that's one thing Harlem's done. They've got to, over the years, they've got to do it really big tonight against that Morgan County ground attack.
Yeah, important to note, number 2, Dyson Maddox on crutches there, one of the captains for Harlem, out with injury. He's one of their dynamic players. We'll talk about that more as we go along, but first the coin toss.
We'll do all this over again, okay? Okay, who's going to call my coin? 54? It's a GHSA coin, that's a head, and that side is a tail. That's a tail, the GHSA is a head. What do you call it?
Tail.
Tails, I'm gonna let it hit the ground. And it came up ahead. You want to choose now, you want the ball?
We want the ball.
Which goal do y'all want?
We want to defend the scoreboard.
Okay, turn your back to the scoreboard. You guys are over here facing them. Harlem won the toss, and they'll get it on this end back here. All right, here we go. Have a good night.
So that's interesting, AB. You rarely see a team win the toss and then elect to receive. A strategic decision by Mark Boyder.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to say, he's got a dynamic quarterback, as we said, and we're going to get to see him maybe a little quicker than we thought we might.
Yeah, you and I talked about on your radio show last night on WGAC, Thursday Night Huddle. I believe Ethan Evangelista, one of the breakout players of this season here for the Harlem Bulldogs. There you see the Morgan County Bulldogs. It's a dog-eat-dog world tonight.
Yeah, it is.
There's one difference. Morgan County capitalizes the D in Bulldogs.
Oh, really?
Harlem does not.
I didn't notice that. Okay.
Yeah, that is the big difference between the two squads.
Well, about Evangelista, though, you're right. We saw him sparingly last year as a backup to Ryan Newman. I had no idea how athletic he was, and very, very talented kid.
There come the Morgan County Bulldogs. And here come the Harlem Bulldogs. Harlem will receive the opening kickoff next on the season finale of Game Night Live. '30th meeting between Morgan County and Harlem. Morgan County leads the all-time series 18-10-1, but Harlem won 34-17 last year. And we're off in the Region 4 AAA Region Championship game. And this is Elijah Evangelista, who hands it off to Kendris Williams. Little trickeration on the opening kickoff. And Harlem will have great field position at the 45. Check the flag, comes in late.
I like it, barring the flag here, because last week Elijah Evangelista had 2 punt returns for touchdown. I'm sure Morgan County did their homework. They're probably focused on him, so great call there by the Harlem coaching staff.
And here's the call.
It's a block in the back and the kick intended.
Wow.
So a great start for Harlem, which will begin in Morgan County territory at the 46-yard line.
Yeah, what a start. Harlem will get the ball in great field position, actually on Morgan County side of the field. And we will get to see Ethan Evangelista, the lefty quarterback for Harlem. Where's number 4?
From the 46. And the lefty, as he does, wants to pass. A lot of contact near the 16-yard line. Pass is incomplete.
Yeah, they probably didn't throw it because I think there was pushing and shoving on both sides. I think at the end it might have been defensive pass interference. But before that, the offensive player, Williams, was certainly, holding his own in terms of trying to get around the defender. You see him there. So good no call by the officials as Harlem tried to take a big shot here early.
Jalen Elder on the coverage for Morgan County. Ethan Evangelista, 1,678 yards passing, 21 touchdown throws. He's also run it for 476 yards.
Well, the thing that I'm
and
impressed
another 10
with,
touchdowns.
Yeah, the thing I'm impressed with, John, 21 touchdowns, only 1 interception all season long.
And his brother, Elijah Evangelista, to the edge. That's actually Ethan.
Yeah.
It's an event. You're going to see here the word Evangelista a lot tonight. We might get them confused a couple of times.
Yeah.
But that was
But
Ethan.
again, the 21 touchdowns and only 1 interception all season for a young man making his first year as a starter, pretty impressive.
To the 37-yard line, a gain of 9.
There's a total look at that Harlem team. Keep an eye on the receiver Williams, also Elijah Evangelista, and also Ronald Oliver. Not too bad either.
3rd and 1. And we get our first look. It's going to be a first down.
And that's Boyd on the carry.
Yeah, we get our first look at Boyd, who's had a big year for Harlem as well. And picks up a huge first down here to keep the chains moving. From the 34-yard line, I should say.
They've got a young back, a sophomore, Malik Tyler, we'll see tonight as well, as Evangelista's back to throw it.
All kinds of time. And this one broken up. And that is a nice play by Trayvon Rhodes, a senior cornerback for Morgan County.
Yeah, Rhodes did a good job there. It was a nice pass, but Rhodes just made a better defensive play to knock it down. But you'll watch, Evangelista has a little bit of a sidearm throw. You see, watch this, kind of sidearms it. It's been effective. Again, 21 TDs, 1 pick, and over 1,600 yards through the air.
Again, Evangelista wants to throw. This one for close to the end zone, and again, another nice play made on the defense. That's Jay Dorsey. He's their star running back,
yeah,
but he also plays a heck of a game on defense.
That was Ronald Oliver they were trying to get it to. Obviously, Harlem saw something in the game tape, because they are taking shot after shot after shot downfield against Morgan County.
So 3rd and 10 now from the 35. We'll get you the coaches matchup in a moment. But first, a big 3rd down for Harlem on its opening possession. And again, Evangelista just flips it out. And he was looking for his brother, Elijah Evangelista, the Fans want a flag, none forthcoming.
Yeah, Harlem fans thought Elijah Evangelista was held that time. The coverage was by Zach Moore.
And you look at this packed house here.
Well, you got a
Harlem.
region title up for grabs, John, and it's senior night. Couldn't get a better atmosphere. This Harlem community really supports their team, and, man, their teams have been successful. You know, the baseball team coming off the state title. The girls softball team just recently made a nice run in the playoffs. Volleyball, Kira's pointing out, that's true. It's the whole, everything with Harlem athletics which had been down for a long time is certainly up right now.
On 4th and 10, Mark Boyder decides to go for it, and it's going to be picked off. Morgan County will have the ball at the 34-yard line. Not much different than a short punt.
Yeah.
But either way, a big stand for this Morgan County Bulldog defense.
I was just bragging about the 21 touchdowns and only one pick, and here he throws one. Like you said, almost like a punt, but he tried to get it to his receiver there. And right now, Morgan County secondary's done a pretty good job against this passing attack.
So Morgan County takes over at the 35-yard line, coached by Clint Jenkins, 19-12 in his third season with the Bulldogs, 50-20 overall. Came from Decula High School, my home county of Gwinnett County, where he was there from 18 to 20. Won the region championship in 18 and 19, and actually had a lot of experience at Morgan County before coming to back to Madison. He was an assistant there from 01 to 09. And on first down, a short game.
And Mark Boyder, of course, from Harlem. He is a lifer here at Harlem, was an outstanding player here and assistant coach for a long time now in his fourth season as head coach. How about 33 points a game for the last 2 seasons?
Even more than that this year.
Yeah, just tremendous.
2nd and 7 from the 38-yard line. And whistle blows. That'll give us a chance to tell you about Talon Fuller, the senior quarterback for Morgan County. 636 yards passing this year, 7 touchdowns.
Yeah, you look at that lineup. Obviously, the key players, Jay Dorsy. Look at the tight end, though, Draco Frazziti. Oh, how about that name?
That's so for our Morgan County fans who are tuning in on the live stream, we kind of keep a running tally of the all-name team.
Yeah.
He definitely qualifies.
Yeah, that's who they were trying to get the ball to, the big junior. On that play before it was whistled dead. It looked like a false start, but.
And also look at the size of number 8 here on the left side of your screen, Antavius Elder.
Yeah, Elder's a big boy as well.
3 rushing touchdowns this year, lines up on the outside. And it's 2nd and 12. And this will be a first down across midfield into Harlem territory.
Yeah, wide receiver screen and good blocking by the other receivers.
That's Jalen Elder. We were talking.
Yeah,
we were talking about the other Elder.
But the good blocking by the other 2 receivers that were wide out on that left side there opened the door for Elder to get a big gain after the catch.
So you're saying Harlem will need to respect their elders?
I would do that.
Ah, okay. Yeah. All right. And another big gainer on first down. That's going to be another first down at the 41-yard line.
Yeah, that's Dorsey. He is outstanding, very shifty running back, and there you see why he leads this Morgan County squad, ranked 7th in the state. Only 1 blemish on their record.
Yeah, Dorsey went over 1,000 yards rushing in a win over Cross Creek last week, 14 touchdowns. He had a blocked punt in that game. Does a little bit of everything for this Morgan County team. 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line. And this is going to be to Ty Tillery. He had a touchdown catch against Cross Creek a week ago as well, and he'll be dragged out of bounds after a gain of about 4.
That was designed to be a double pass.
Yeah,
he was definitely looking down.
Harlem read it well.
Yeah, trying to throw the ball, but the coverage was good, and to his credit, he didn't throw the ball into traffic. He's only a sophomore, Tillery. But yeah, that was definitely designed as a double throw there.
Yeah, because so many times those wide receivers get a chance to throw the ball, they're going to throw it.
Tillery in motion this time, but instead the misdirection goes to Dorsey, who gets to the 30-yard line.
Well, you see why one of the keys to the game is gang tackling. It's because of that young man right there. Shifty, quick, elusive, and It's going to be tough. They're going to have a tough time dealing with him all night. He's not the biggest running back you can see, but he can definitely make some moves and make people miss.
And another first down for the Morgan County Bulldogs. Ain't broke, don't fix it. Dorsy again. Now he averages about 9 yards a carry, and he picks up 9 here on first down.
Well, Fraziti that time was on the left side and threw a great lead block against a much smaller Harlem player that opened the door. There you see Fraziti, number 18, big kid. And on that play, just a terrific block.
2nd and 2 from the 22. And that's going to be another first down for Morgan County.
Again, ladies and gentlemen, if you own a BMW 7 Series, I do apologize, SCF 256.
Maybe you weren't with us last week. We set a Game Night Live record for vehicles that needed to be moved. And we had our first announcement here at Harlem tonight, but it's a BMW that needs to be moved. I'm guessing that person's not worried about being towed.
Well, there was a person that was parked, didn't look great, but I followed suit, and it was a BMW, so I'm hoping my car's not next. That's all I'm saying.
On first down. Oh, nice play. And flags come in late. Watch the call.
Well, Franz Ziti on the catch, and the tackle made by number 15, Will Holder.
Who, by the way, the last time we saw Will Holder on Game Night Live, he threw a touchdown pass on a fake punt with a two broken ribs.
Yeah.
And is already back in the game.
We're waving that one off. The ball didn't cross the line of scrimmage, so we don't have pass interference.
All right, so they're waving off the flag. They were going to call pass interference. The ball did not travel past the line of scrimmage, so it's not pass interference.
And Will's dad, Rodney, the athletic director here at Harlem.
Yep.
They're always so good to us here. Be remiss if we didn't thank them.
And Will, the star of that state championship baseball team this past spring.
You bet. We'll talk about that a little bit more later as Dorsey tries to get to the corner. And he's dragged out of bounds.
This has been
Ronald Oliver, the first man there.
Yeah, pretty solid opening drive for Morgan County. Yeah, Will Holder, number 15, you see him on the right side of your screen. Also the punter. They did a fake punt against Midland Valley, and he threw a perfect strike, and then he doesn't come back in the game. We're wondering what's going on. He had to leave
just a
the
couple broken
facility
ribs,
and go to the hospital.
First and goal for the Morgan County Bulldogs at the 8-yard line. And that's going to be a touchdown. Christian Montfort, the sophomore running back, with his 7th rushing touchdown of the year. And the Bulldogs with the capital D. Strike first.
Well, that was a very impressive drive. They got the ball off the interception, although it would have been 4th down on the next play, and they just marched right down the field. They mixed mostly runs, but they mixed in some short passes. They're not going to throw the ball downfield a lot. They throw those wide receiver screens and those short passes. It was a very impressive opening drive for Morgan County.
And the extra point is up and good off the foot of Evan Johnson. Morgan County strikes first. Harlem will try to answer. 6:31 left in the first.
Right now, folks, at McDonald's, get any size of your favorite frozen drink, like a new Hawaiian frozen punch, or any size McCafe iced coffee for only $1.89. McDonald's, I'm loving it.
So that was the proverbial punch in the mouth for Harlem, and we'll see how the Bulldogs can respond. And a nice return from Kendarius Williams. Still on his feet across the 40 to the 42-yard line. And down to the field we go for our first check-in with Kira Goldstein.
Yeah, guys, we saw Morgan County get on the board first. When I talked to Morgan County's head coach, Clint Jenkins, he said that they wanted to come out of here strong. He said there's not a lot of times that you get a do-over. They lost last year, and they were really excited to come out here and try to get it done again. They said that they wanted to come out strong, and that's what we saw them do. So now we're going to see if Harlem can respond.
Yeah, and to that point, Kira, I mean, Harlem moved the ball fairly well on its first possession, just couldn't cash in with points. But you don't want to fall too far behind this Morgan County team if you're Harlem.
I like the honesty, though, a do-over like payback.
Yeah.
A lot of times you're it's just another game, and we're not thinking about that, and you're all thinking about that, and we know it. So just say it. I like that.
Well, and as we heard in the opening segment, Mark Boyer was the same for Harlem. He didn't shy away from saying, "Look, I graduated here. I played here. This has been a region game every time these two teams have met since 1979. There's always been something on the line. So these two communities, these two teams, I know they're an hour apart on I-20, but it means something to these two.
It's just refreshing. I loved hearing him say that because, like I said, a lot of times coaches aren't honest. We got two honest coaches tonight.
2nd and 7. Evangelista will fire it up. And another good defensive play. That was Dallas Dickerson back deep for Morgan County.
They're doing a great job staying with these Harlem receivers. Now, Harlem's going deep. They're going on the outside. Will it open the run, or will we hit an Evangelista play across the middle? Because right now they seem to be trying the outside deep. Maybe it's going to loosen things up across the middle. Watch Elijah Evangelista streaking across the middle here at some point soon.
This is a Harlem team that both of these teams average 38 points a game. The difference is, as you mentioned at the outset, AB, Morgan County only allows 9 points on defense per game. That is outstanding. And so far, throwing a goose egg. Ethan Evangelista keeps, runs, first down, into Morgan County territory, inside the 30. And he'll have it 1st and 10.
Well,
in the Murphy Auto Group Autos red zone.
Last year, Ryan Newman was the starting quarterback the last 2 seasons. He broke some Harlem records with throwing the ball, but this is what Evangelista gives you that they didn't have with Newman. He can run the football. He's an athlete, and what a big run there. It looked like a couple of times he was going to go down. Stayed on his feet. Terrific pickup for the Bulldogs.
34 yards on the pickup for Ethan Evangelista. 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line of Morgan County. And we see Malik Tyler, who you mentioned earlier, the leading rusher for this Harlem team. 4 rushing touchdowns this year. That should put him up near 500 rushing yards.
Yeah, let's get a look here. I think back at this run by Evangelista. Just kind of scrambled and took off. Now watch, it looks like he's either going to go out of bounds or go down. No, he saw a little opening and took it. Great run by a solid senior quarterback.
No gain on that run by Tyler, so 2nd and 10 for the Harlem Bulldogs. And this is Zacharias Boyd from 20 yards out for 6. Touchdown, Harlem.
Excellent cutback. I think it was almost like Boyd was surprised that he was so wide open on that right side, and he didn't really hit it hard. Watch at the beginning of the play. It's like, wait a second, there's a lot of green grass, but this cut is what did it right there. I've been watching this young man play since his rec ball days. So happy for him on senior night to get him a touchdown. There's a look at Boyd right there.
Yeah, you think he's not happy?
Really nice. Man, how about that answer by Harlem?
Well, we wondered exactly how they would respond, and here we are. And now Ryan Budine. That makes him 19 for 22 on points after this year. And we're back even. And Nathan Edwards, what does this remind you of? Last week?
Yeah, a little bit last week.
Well, we are obviously based in Augusta, WJBF, but I've got some roots in Morgan County and Madison as well. I wanted you all to take a look at my great Uncle Woody.
There you go.
Yeah, who turned 101 years old last month on October the 1st.
Yeah.
He is a longtime resident of Madison and a historian and a World War II vet as well.
I just heard him. It looked like he just yelled to somebody, "Don't tell me what happened in the break game."
Hey, listen, I hope I have half those genes, man.
Oh man, of course.
Oh,
yeah, that's
man.
awesome.
It's fantastic.
God, I don't look that good now.
He is my mom's uncle, my great uncle, and Nathan and I can attest. We both stop on exit 114 in Madison every time we go back and forth to Atlanta, so we're both very familiar with Morgan County and the Madison area. And speaking of, Morgan County will have the ball at the 35-yard line.
Yeah, nice return that time. Number 13, Zach Moore, one of their defensive backs.
Moore, who had a 100-yard kickoff return for a touchdown last week against Cross Creek. Morgan County did a little bit of everything against Cross Creek last week to set up this region championship game. And, of course, Harlem likewise against Salem on a Thursday night game.
Yeah, Elijah Evangelista caught 2 touchdown passes and ran 2 punts back for scores in that game against Salem.
First and 10 from the 35-yard line for Morgan County. And they swing it out to Elder. And a short gain. Give him 5.
Yeah, Banks Young and Will Holder on that one, making the tackle for Harlem.
Morgan County will run it almost twice as much as they throw it. They average 200 yards rushing yards per game, 105 passing. And this is Dorsy and Harlem equal to the task this time.
Well, Harlem's best defensive player, Baylor Davis, read that one perfectly. You could see him adjusting people. It's like he knew what was going to happen, and he shoots through and makes the tackle. He has been piling up tackles, 16 a game, 18 in a game. He has been outstanding for the Bulldogs this year.
Yeah, Davis, 98 tackles this season. That leads this team, 14 of them for loss, 3 sacks and an interception. As we look at the student section, brought to you by the Payne College Lions, and it is a packed house here in Harlem.
Yeah, it's the busiest I've ever seen the parking lot. When I got here, I was like, wow, senior night, playoff game, or region championship game, that's what it's all about.
That's going to be well short of the first down line. And Morgan County, in all likelihood, will kick it away in our first punt of the game. But we'll make sure here.
You see on the that's what they do. They throw these little short wide receiver screens and try to let their guys make a play. But this time Harlem stops them well short of the first down marker.
That was Ty Tillery on the receiving end. And now Evan Johnson will kick it away.
And the very dangerous Elijah Evangelista is standing at his own 30-yard line.
Just an incredible stat. Two punt returns for touchdown in a high school game. A lot of times you can't get 2 punts you can field in a high school game.
Mm-hmm.
And he might not be able to field
Speaking
this
of, ball is out.
He got the flag.
Evangelista, he did get the flag. That's going to save Harlem here.
Yeah, Evangelista went in traffic trying to make that catch. Well, he probably should have stayed away from it. But he's going to say he was interfered with and not given enough room. But you know what? Oh, yeah, right there. That last player
It wasn't
that
the first
through.
one. It was the second one. Brody Jenkins, a senior receiver.
He got bailed out. Another one of those sophomores, Kira's pointing out, about half Morgan County's roster. Watch out for them in 2 years. About half their team sophomores.
Now, this is an interesting conversation for these officials.
They don't have the luxury of seeing that it was definitely a penalty. But if they saw the first player, they're probably thinking, no, he had room. But it was the last player that came through and bumped him.
Here's the verdict.
Interference on the kicking team.
Kick catch interference against Morgan County.
And a sigh of relief from the Harlem
Yeah,
faithful.
Evangelista right away looked at the official, and luckily for Harlem, he gets the flag, and it was the proper call. That's what you want to see most, is the right call being made. Now Harlem will have the football here.
The conversation continues with 2:29 left here in the first quarter.
Our old buddy Vic Johnson right there out there calling the game tonight, one of the officials. I had a chance, by the way, to meet Dominic Eubanks, who's one of our officials. He's the one, if you've watched Game Night Live, he tells the players before the game, I won't throw any touchdown passes. You don't
throw any flags.
You don't throw any flags. And I ran into somebody on his crew, and he said, "Hey, you do Game Night Live. I'm on the crew with Dominique." And I go, "Oh," and I repeated that, and he started dying laughing. He said they all talk about that.
He does a great job.
Yeah, his little catchphrase. He's got him a catchphrase.
Yeah.
I want a catchphrase. I don't have a catchphrase.
So after the long conversation, Harlem's going to have the football in Morgan County territory at the 48-yard line.
Well, how about the field position? Harlem has had it twice in Morgan County's territory, and the only other time they had it in great field position across the 40. So Harlem definitely has won the field position battle so far tonight.
But on the scoreboard, we're all even, 7-7, as Ethan Evangelista sets up shop from the 48. And the Bulldogs of Harlem will keep it on the ground.
Yeah, good run by Tyler.
Malik Tyler with a 5-yard gain, steps up 2nd and 5.
This is a well-coached squad. I mean, you figure look at some of the players they've graduated over the last several years, like a Cam Garnett, who's playing at ETSU, or A.J. Brown, who is still playing college ball as well at Savannah State. Yet here they are trying to win back-to-back region championships.
Which
Very
will be
impressive.
the first time in school history they've ever done that.
Yeah.
And you have to go back to 1974 for the first time they did it before last year. And again, you and I talked about this on your radio show last night. I feel like this is Harlem's time.
Yeah.
The Columbia County football is so cyclical. And each, Greenbrier has its years, Evans has its years, Lakeside, Grovetown has had its region championship, and it just feels like this is Harlem's moment.
Yeah, and I was talking to somebody today, and they were saying, the Pop Warner and the middle schools and all coming up, all the Harlem kids are pretty good, so they could have a nice little run here.
3rd and 6, Evangelista will fire, will complete. It is a first down inside the 30.
Well, it wasn't Elijah Evangelista, but it was across the middle because, again, they've been throwing outside, deep, and right across the middle goes Williams and catches the ball.
Yeah, Kendris Williams has 5 touchdown catches this year of his own. He's got weapons, does Evangelista, on this Harlem team. It just seems funny to think of Harlem as an air attack.
Yeah, passing attack, yeah.
1st and 10 at the 20, we'll call it the 26-yard line. Under pressure, Evangelista fires and just got rid of it.
Yeah, just throwing that one, not away, but if his guy made a play on it, great. If not, no big deal.
Jaden Fertrell was in the area.
Yeah, he did. It was a little read option. He faked it to the running back, and he had a defensive end coming right at him. That was number 23 who scored the touchdown, Christian Monfort.
So we're inside the final minute here of this opening quarter of the final Game Night Live broadcast of 2023. And Evangelista will keep, and he'll be brought down at the 17-yard line.
That was an interesting keep because usually you run that read option, you fake it, and you go to the outside. There he faked it, or either follow the back. There he didn't do either. He faked it to the left and ran to the right, but kind of in a crease up the middle. So able to find a little gap and make a nice gain.
Picked up 9 into the Murphy Auto Group red zone, and they're going to get some more help here from the Morgan County Bulldogs.
Now I got to tell you, I've never seen that. The receiver goes in motion. The defensive back, instead of following him running, parallel to the defense, like where the linebackers are, he just runs into the Harlem backfield to follow him. I have never seen that in my life. That was Monfort. He was going to stay with Evangelista no matter what on that play.
Coach, I did what you told me to do.
Yeah.
Throwing for the end zone is Evangelista. And it's broken up. Jalen Elder back on defense for Morgan County. And it was intended for Elijah Evangelista, who obviously is his brother's favorite target.
Yeah, Harlem just taking some shots here, and that time
it was double coverage.
Yeah, double coverage. Actually, Elijah Evangelista did a good job making sure that ball wasn't picked off.
Zach Moore, the other Morgan County Bulldog, back on coverage. So with 6.7 seconds left. 2nd and 10 from the Morgan County 13-yard line. And Evangelista keeps. Evangelista scores!
Well, good read
his
by
11th
Evangelista.
rushing touchdown of the year.
Yeah, good read by Evangelista. And again, you'd think he's going to break that to the outside, but you saw a crease in the middle, nice run, and Harlem looking good on offense. Watch right here as he Instead of going the outside, he cuts it right in that middle. Good blocking downfield, and Harlem on the board again.
Bodine in for another point after. Flags in, hold everything. Against Morgan County.
Hey! Defense encroached. That penalty's refused. We'll have a try for a point.
So we'll do it all over again.
Yeah.
Morgan County struck first on a Montfort touchdown. Harlem answered with the Boyd touchdown. And now the Evangelista score. And the extra point gives Harlem a 14-7 lead. 14-7 Harlem. We're 12 minutes in. 3 quarters left to play in Game Night Live. As we begin the second quarter of play here in Harlem for the Region 4 AAA Championship. One of these teams will face Monroe next week at home. That would be the winner of this game. And one of these teams will face Thomasville at home next week. That would be the loser of this game. Oh, ball is loose. Careful here. And Morgan County, Harlem covers it very well. Watch this flag that comes in late, but great coverage on that kick by the Harlem Bulldogs.
Yeah, I'm not sure what that one was. Did they get a face mask or?
It's going to go against Morgan County. Yeah. So all that worked out very well for Harlem. Let's get you the QBs by the quarter. For quarter number 1, brought to you by Culpeper Lumber, Ace Hardware. Nathan.
Yeah, Fuller for Morgan County was 4 of 4 for 28 yards in that first quarter. Evangelista was only 1 of 9 passing for 18 yards and an interception, but it had 5 carries for 64 yards on the ground and a touchdown.
And, you know, AB, that's not really on Evangelista. They took a lot of deep shots just to see what would happen.
Yeah.
And, you know.
And he's made up for it, certainly running the football.
Right. So Morgan County will start deep in its own territory back at the 6-yard line.
He's averaging about 13 yards a carry.
And Dorsy, who's been quiet so far. Again, the 1,000-yard rusher for the Bulldogs with the capital D.
Well, Harlem certainly answered that first score with 2 really good.
Very impressive.
2 good possessions on offense, but also a nice stop on defense. And they would love another stop here, especially where Morgan County is, to continue kind of their dominance of the field position.
And Dorsey picked up 4 on that first down carry.
3 yards, would it be 2nd and 7?
So they go to him again. And he breaks free this time. Across the 20, and a little bit of breathing room for Morgan County.
Yeah, first down there. He scoots through here. Watch, he kind of slid across the 20, but look at him find just a little space right there.
He doesn't need much.
No, he doesn't. Super quick.
11-yard pickup, 1st and 10 from the 21-yard line.
Please make your way to the swag table. Pick you up a free t-shirt.
And we got a new quarterback in there.
And they do this from time to time.
Davis Strickland, the sophomore's in.
They bring him in every now and then. He has thrown 4 touchdown passes this year. He does struggle with the interception, and the ball is tipped here. An almost on cue for Harlem, but it'll be an incompletion.
I was going to say, man, they set that up nicely. Yeah, he looks good, just a 10th grader. And we pointed out, Kira mentioned it as well, that they're loaded with young players on this Morgan County team. So impressive that they sit at 8-1. And you talk about looking the part for just a 10th grader. Davis Strickland, big, strong kid in there at quarterback.
Second and 10. And it's Dorsey to the outside. And he's happy to take the 14-yard gain up to the 35-yard line.
I don't know. Is it just me being old school, but I just don't like the new
I
don't like the new running out of bounds for my running back. I want you to put your head down and give me 5 more yards.
I know who started that trend, and I don't even like admitting it because he's a Pittsburgh Steeler. But Franco Harris was the first guy to really start doing that.
Way back.
Just running out of bounds, preserving himself a little bit. And I hated it then, and yeah, I'm with you. I don't love it. I get it. I don't love it, but I get it.
First and 10 from the 36. And this time, Harlem up to the task.
Yeah, nowhere to go for Montfort, the sophomore running back.
Banks Young, junior linebacker, first in for Harlem.
Yeah, already called his name a couple of times tonight, so Young with a nice start.
No gain on the play, second and 10. This is not a quick strike Morgan County offense. Although they will throw here on second down, and they will complete. And that's my fault, you Harlem fans, for bringing that up, because a big gainer to Christian Montfort, who scored the touchdown earlier.
10th grader to 10th grader, and this was a beautiful pass. John, watch this pass. He let him just lofted it over the top.
Pass.
Man, that was a great play.
35 yards.
Talk about touch on that throw.
And into Harlem territory, and deep in Harlem territory now at the 28-yard line.
Yeah, remember this kid's name going forward, this Davis Strickland. And I also like the Christian Montfort kid, number 23 at running back as well. Those are
Morgan County fans are like, John, keep saying we can't throw the ball.
Yeah.
Oh, it's Montfort again, and this one is strung out beautifully by Harlem.
Great job.
And again, it's Banks Young, an early candidate for McDonald's Defensive Player of the Game if Harlem can
watch him get a hold of the running back here and just hold on for dear life.
Yeah.
He just wasn't giving up. And who was that? I don't think that was Young.
That was Baylor Davis?
Baylor
Davis, who's
great
always in the middle of everything.
Great job there.
Second and 11. This one will be swung out to Tillery. And a short gain.
Well, that play was what I'm talking about, the gang tackling. Last play, same thing. Just a swarm of black jerseys making that tackle. And that's what you got to have for Harlem. They're not a big team. They're undersized. But, man, they swarm around the football.
So 3rd and 8 from the 26-yard line. Strickland looks to the sideline for further instruction. He does have Dorsy in the backfield, but they will throw. They will come up, in and out of the outstretched hands of Drew Ainsley, who had a big game last week against Cross Creek with a touchdown catch and an interception.
Yeah, Strickland did his part. This was a nice throw. He stepped in, put it right in the receiver's hands, maybe slightly high. Got to catch that one, though.
And Kendris Williams was thinking pick 6 on that. But the ball fell to the turf. So on 4th down, Morgan County will go for it. Clint Jenkins keeps the offense on the field.
Yeah, this spot in the field, makes sense.
And Harlem holds.
And
wow. I think they got away with one there.
Yeah, it's incomplete. Harlem might have got away with a hold, but I will say this.
When I said Harlem holds, I meant on I meant they held on 4th down.
I knew what you meant.
Yeah.
Something different. But watch, he kind of led the receiver open. You see that?
Yeah.
That's a good little throw by that 10th
It really
grader.
is.
Even though it was incomplete, that wasn't, again, he led that receiver that way. Get away from the DB. But a good hold by the Harlem defense.
So you're saying they held?
It looked like to me when the guy was making his in cut on the route.
Oh, good.
he
Nathan bailed me out. He
definitely hit him.
Let the stat guy talk.
More like pass interference to me in the hold.
Well, again, they've looked great on the last 2 drives. They can put together another one here. That would be the first half they were looking for sure.
Oh, Evangelista, another shot downfield, and nothing there. There wasn't a receiver within 10 yards of that. There were 3 white shirts back there.
Yeah,
but you're right, AB. I think Mark Boyer clearly saw something. He's the former offensive coordinator, offensive-minded guy, saw something on this Morgan County tape that they think they can strike deep.
They're taking shots, and maybe you're setting up, again, the last time Williams went across the middle, he was wide open. Let's see if they're looking for something else, going forward. Because I know if I'm a DB and they keep doing that, I'm certainly going to cheat back a little bit.
2nd and 10, Harlem from its own 26-yard line.
And the fans were kind of clamoring, run the football a little bit here, and they get a nice gain there from Boyd.
Yeah, Jacorius Boyd, one of the seniors on this Harlem team on senior night. Now this is kind of what Nathan and I talked about with the Midland Valley North Augusta game last week, and it was about this time in the game we said, if Midland Valley can get a nice ball control drive, take it down to the final minutes of the second quarter, take a lead.
Yeah, the only problem is Dunbar kept ripping off 80-yard touchdowns.
That is the problem. And speaking of problems, that is a big problem for Harlem as Antavius Elder gets the sack on Evangelista. And they're pointing out here in the press box, nice sportsmanship by Elder to help Evangelista back to his feet. Like to see that.
Yeah, they all did. Got him back up. Well, so Harlem gets stopped on that drive. They're going to have to punt it away. Now Morgan County kind of shifts the field a little bit here. They should get good field position. The return man, I believe that is Dorsy, is back at the 38 of Morgan County.
Good kick. And the ball is loose. Jalen Elder is the return man for Morgan County. Got back on it and will take it out at the 47-yard line.
Yeah, it was Elder, not Dorsey on that. Yep.
Almost disastrous for Morgan County, but they'll have the ball with great field position when we return. 14-7, Harlem leads. These two teams first met back in 1966, and every time they've met since 1979, it has been a region matchup, but none bigger than last year and this year. Last year, Harlem topped Morgan County for its first region championship since 1974. Trying to make it back-to-back, but Morgan County on the move with Dorsy, the 1,000-yard rusher across midfield. As we get inside 6 minutes to play in the first half. Give him 5 on the play. It is really hard to believe this is our final regular season broadcast of Game Night Live.
Absolutely.
Seems like just yesterday we were in Williston, South Carolina for week 1 back in August. 2nd and 4, and Dorsey will pick up the first down.
Well, the Georgia Army National Guard offers you so much more than you might think. You can get a degree with money for school, learn job skills that translate to the civilian world, make bonds that last a lifetime, and earn pride for life. When you become a Guard soldier, your family will thank you, your country will thank you, and your future will owe you. Georgia Army National Guard.
So Morgan County into Harlem territory at the 44. I was listening to the South Carolina game against Texas A&M on the radio last week as I was driving to Atlanta. And another nice defensive stand by Harlem.
What you're saying, there's nothing else on.
Well, there was nothing else. I was listening to it on it, but I heard Todd Ellis, the voice of the Gamecocks, referring to tomorrow's game because they play Jacksonville State, and he said, we can't say Gamecock ball because they're both the
That's
game.
right.
It's kind of what we're dealing with here tonight. I can't say Bulldog football because both of these teams are the Bulldogs. Swings it out to Elder. Elder makes a nice move inside the 30. Really nice move. And he's finally dragged out by Futrell.
Yeah, that was a really nice little stutter step there to get it some room. Right
Yep,
there.
Yep. Whoop. On the Busby's instant replay. And we appreciate all of our sponsors and partners that have made this year of Game Night Live possible. And not only this year, but every year. So Morgan County at the 25. And now they'll take a shot deep. And in and out of the hands, broken up. And that was a nice play by Ronald Oliver, a junior defensive back, to keep that from being a touchdown.
Oliver did a nice job, and I tell you, the receiver, Tillery, did a pretty good job of making sure Oliver didn't get it. Watch this. That's just two nice plays there. I mean, the throw, not perfect, but not horrible, but the two, the receiver and the DB, both making a nice play on the ball.
So 2nd and 10 at the 24. And this is going to be a big gain.
That's Montfort, the sophomore,
who had the touchdown earlier tonight.
It's a good mix. I mean, Dorsy has all the yards and all that, but the Montfort kid looks pretty good too.
Well, you know, it reminds me, again, I keep bringing up last week's game because it was so monumental, but it reminds you of sort of the Trayvon Dunbar, Preston McNair combo.
You know, Harlem's going to have to deal with this Morgan County bunch for the next couple of years because they're going to be good with these all these young players all over the field.
1st and 10 at the 14. And it's Dorsy. Dorsy trying to get the edge, and he'll be inside the 10.
And it's very interesting. This is the drive. This looks a lot like their opening drive, but the drives in between, and obviously you're going to have some drives you score and some you don't. But the drives in between look totally different, like Harlem just completely shut them down. And these other two drives, they've been able to move the football very effectively, mixing some short passes with that running attack.
Dorsy from the 9. And who got the shoestring?
Oh, man. Coming in from the defensive end spot there.
I have a guess. No,
actually,
I'm wrong.
It was Banks Young.
Yeah. Boy, Banks Young doing that's about the 4th time we've called his name tonight. He has played a heck of a game.
He came flying in off that defensive end spot from the far side and chased it down.
4-down territory, you think?
I think so. Again, I don't know how – it's a close game. Would they bring their kicker in possibly? But I'm aggressive. I would go for it on 4th down.
It's not your job.
Yeah. That's right. Not my job.
It's
easy for me. If I don't make it, nobody says anything to me.
There you get a great look at Jay Dorsey, one of the better running backs in the state of Georgia. 1,092 rushing yards coming in, 14 touchdowns, add a couple of receiving touchdowns.
Man, what a year it's been, too. Hard to believe. Like you said, we've had such a tremendous run of games on Game Night Live, none better, obviously, than last week. But the entire year has been – we've seen great performances. We've seen more big individual plays this year. The Telly Johnson run early in the season was, incredible. We've seen play after play this year. It's been a lot of fun.
We've only had 2 games that did not go down deep into the 4th quarter. That would be our first game when Barnwell took care of Williston-Elko, a Williston-Elko team that's sort of in the rebuilding phase, and then same with Aiken against Midland Valley.
Yeah, I was excited for Aiken to see them come back in the next week and almost knock off South Aiken.
You bet. Dorsey pushes toward the goal line. Harlem still on his feet. He'll be down to the 2. A fast-paced first half.
Yeah.
Don't forget, the Eichels Law Firm halftime show is coming up with Kira. She'll have some special guests. We're actually going to talk. So we've talked about Ethan and Evan Evangelista, the twin brothers on the Harlem offense, as they're going to hand it off, try to go quick with Antavius Elder trying to get in. Did he get in?
Yes.
His 4th rushing touchdown of the year, and Morgan County is an extra point away from tying things up.
Yeah,
so she's going to talk to the Ethan and Evan's Elijah's. Ethan and, I keep saying Evan. Elijah's dad will talk to us at halftime. So that'll be fun. We'll hear from the Harlem Marching Band. As Evan Johnson puts it through for the extra point, and just like that, we're right back where we started, 14-all with 2:27 left.
Well, we knew this was going to be a close game, two very good teams.
So we know when we come to Harlem, we have to talk about Oliver Hardy, the legendary comedian, born in Harlem back on January 18th, 1892. More than 100 films with Stan Laurel on the right, the legendary Hardy and the Laurel and Hardy comedy duo. But did you know these two towns actually share Oliver Hardy, because he was born in Harlem, but he actually lived in Madison as a child. His mom owned a hotel known as the Hardy House in downtown Madison, and the Madison Morgan Cultural Center, which is in downtown Madison now, was where he attended first grade.
That's what you and I should have been for Halloween, John.
Oh, that'd be fantastic.
What was he, AB? What was he like in first grade?
He was a terrible kickball player. I'm going to tell you. Never got picked.
So the birthplace of Oliver Hardy and the childhood home of Oliver Hardy, going head-to-head for the Region 4 3A championship here. So we'll see if Harlem can answer with 2:28 left to play in the half.
Boy, Williams has been great.
Ball is out. Morgan County has it.
Montfort.
Christian Montfort, who is having a huge game for the Morgan County Bulldogs, comes up with it. And Morgan County is going to have great field position.
I didn't get finished with the sentence saying Williams was having a great night returning the ball, and he loses it right here at the end of the play trying to fight for it. How many times do you see that guy's fighting for extra yardage and they lose it? Right here, he's hit. The ball came out. That time he wasn't fighting. He took a big shot there.
He did.
And Montfort able to get the football for Morgan County.
I believe that was Jamari Evans, a freshman, who gave him the shot there at the end, but I could be wrong.
That is
hard
huge
to see the
turn
numbers.
of events, John.
Yeah, that is.
Harlem's thinking about going down and scoring, taking the lead to the locker room. Instead, Morgan County, if they can somehow score here, they get the ball to start the second half.
And back in at quarterback is Tillery to the end zone. Touchdown, Jalen Elder.
Trick play there, and Tillery finds his receiver wide open. Wow, what a big couple of plays there. Watch the play here. They hand it to Tillery, and he turns and throws. A little trick play.
Yeah, Fuller took the snap, gave it to Tillery, and found Elder. And just like that, Morgan County, with the extra point from Johnson, will take a 7-point lead, 21-14. And that quiets the crowd here in Harlem.
Yeah, that is, you talk about taking your air out of your sails there. The fumble on the return, you've been running it well on the returns all night. And then on the very next play, Morgan County goes for the jugular with the little trick play there, handing it to Tillery, and then he found his receiver wide open in the end zone. See if Harlem can answer. And, you know, if you're the Bulldogs, you're thinking, hey.
Which Bulldogs?
Well, the Harlem Bulldogs. You're thinking, like, we've kind of outplaying this team until now, and now all of a sudden we're down 21-14, and Morgan County gets the ball to start the second half. So I think this is a big possession for the Harlem Bulldogs to see if they can go down and score. Yeah.
2:30 left to play in the first half, and if I'm Mark Boyder, I'm telling my Bulldogs, it's okay. You're only down. That was disastrous, but you're only down 7. Just come down and score, and we start over at the half. So we'll try this again. And it's Venturius Holcomb on the return this time. And it'll be dragged out at the 36-yard line. That's where Harlem will set up a 2:15-14.
You mentioned the Eicholt's Law for in halftime show. Stick around because we've got scores from around the area. And remember, it's playoff time in South Carolina. We'll have a lot of those scores for you.
Yeah. We'll also have your halftime stats. Maybe, if Nathan can get them to us in time.
I'll just tell you that one of our area teams is not having a good night.
Oh, that's a
against
tease.
Greenville. South Aiken struggling mightily.
Well, we know they haven't been able to stop pretty much anybody all year. So
There's Evangelista on first down. We'll pick up close to another first down. We'll see where they spot him. From here, it looks like he has the first.
Yeah, their running back, Javon Edwards, last week, 442 yards and 6 touchdowns in that
School
win.
record.
Yeah, in that win over Aiken. I was looking I couldn't find South Carolina's all-time stats, but in Georgia, it would have been the 7th highest recorded game ever for a running back, and it's only the 5th local running back I can remember getting 400.
Evangelista swings it out. It is complete. That is Wesley Williams, a senior tight end. And he'll pick up 5.
Kalish Flagler of Glen Hills had a 400-yard game. Vinnie Miller at North Augusta. Reggie Merriweather at North Augusta. We were doing the North Augusta game when Vinnie Miller, got 400. And then also 400 last year for Terrence Smith at South Aiken. So that's the only ones I know off the top of my head, and none bigger than the 442 of Edwards.
Yeah, I remember that Vinnie Miller game because Evans kept playing 2 high safeties, and he was just gashing them straight up the middle of the field.
And you remember Evans had a late hit that game. North Augusta had called off the dogs. Evans has a late hit. The North Augusta coach put the quarterback in and tried to throw a touchdown.
Yeah, Coach
and
Pippen
did throw a
wasn't having
touchdown.
it,
Yeah, we've had some fun ones over the years for sure. Boy, Vinnie Miller, what a year he had that season with over 2,700 yards rushing.
Went on to play for the Citadel, correct?
He just moved back to the area, by the way. Did play for the Citadel and just moved back to the area. He's got a daughter now.
That makes me feel old.
Oh, man, yeah.
Evangelista flings it. Ooh, almost picked off. Wow. Zach Moore thought he had a pick 6.
I tell you, this secondary has done a really good job tonight because you think about it, Evangelista's kind of picked most secondaries apart. I mean, he's averaging almost 200 yards a game. And tonight they have done a really good job. Now, a lot of his throws have been kind of higher up on the, risk, I guess, meter, but they've done a good job tonight slowing him down, throwing the football for sure.
Is it me or does the press box smell like French fries?
Well,
John's
we do have an open window to the concession stand down there, so.
I'm going to put you in charge of that at halftime, Nathan. As Elder gets the sack on Evangelista, and this Morgan County defense starting to impose its will. That is a large man.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a big boy there.
He's a senior. We talked about all the sophomores on this team, but he is one of the talented seniors for Morgan County.
Somebody fix his shoulder pad for him. There we go.
Give him some help. Number 8 on him, and the color scheme kind of reminds me of Kyle Pitts a little bit.
Yeah.
Except for they probably actually throw to Elder every now and then.
They might this week, Taylor Heineke.
I'm excited. I am excited about Taylor Heineke. If the Falcons just ran out of time last week. If he had played the entire game, they would have won.
They're 4-4 with their quarterback with 12 turnovers.
Yeah.
So, I mean, the Falcons actually
clean that up.
Yeah, clean that up. And Heineke, we've seen him. He can make plays, and he's feisty, and I think that's a big pickup for or a good move, for the Falcons.
Should have been made a couple of weeks ago, but that's just me.
Yeah, we could have y'all's Falcons and Steelers battle in the most boring game ever to see who pulled out.
Watch it, Nathan. Just so we win. I don't care if it's boring.
So if you're Morgan County here, by the way, you've got 63 seconds. If you can go down and get some more points and you get the ball back, start the second half.
Yeah.
Man. Fair catch called for and taken at the 25-yard line.
Yeah, if
26.
you're Harlem, you can't allow points here. I mean, obviously we've got an entire second half, but like you said, if they give up points here and then Morgan County gets the ball to start the second half, this game could get out of hand a little bit, and it's certainly not been that. I mean, Harlem, like I said, for a large part of this game, Harlem looked like the better team, but Morgan County taking advantage of a miscue, and they took advantage on the very next play with a big play, a trick play for a touchdown.
So a Harlem team that is 8 points away from being undefeated coming in, and Morgan County,
they're just taking a knee. They're going to run the clock out. Wow.
I think I would have taken a shot, but that's just me.
Now the question is, There's 46 seconds. The question is, does Harlem try to stop the clock? No, Harlem's going to let it go too.
Yeah, the clock in the stadium now under 40 seconds, 38-37.
So I was thinking maybe Harlem says, no, I'm not going to let you do that.
Yeah.
But no, they're going to be happy to let it run too.
So one more knee will take us to the half here.
And that'll take us to halftime.
And Coach probably thought we're up. We'll get the ball to start the second half. No point taking a chance here.
All right. So we are through 2 quarters of play in the Region 4 3A championship game, and Morgan County has the lead 21-14. And Kira Goldstein is chasing down the head coach of the Morgan County Bulldogs, Clint Jenkins.
Found a lot of success running the ball in the first half. How would you characterize your offensive performance so far?
You know, we're happy. We want to come in and try to control the clock and run the football, and you know, we feel like that sets up our passing game. So pretty happy with how our kids have done that so far.
On the other side of the ball, defensively, turnovers. I mean, you guys have had a stellar first half. What can we expect to see in the second half to build on that?
You know, just more of the same. They're a good football team. They're not going away, so we're gonna have to keep pouring the steam on. So, like I said, this thing's a long way from being over, but good start.
Thanks for the time, Coach. Appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
Guys?
The first sideline report in history done with coffee in one hand and microphone in the other. Little
I love it.
television history here on Game Night Live. All right, so we're at the half. 21-14 Morgan County leads. The Eichels Law Firm halftime show is next on Game Night Live.
Presenting their 2023 show, Once Upon a Dream, please welcome drum majors Najee Wilson and Asia Beckles and the Harlem High Bulldog Marching Band. Drum majors, is your band ready?
We'll hear from the band a little later on, and more excitement when we come back from break right here on Game Night Live. Welcome back to Game Night Live. I'm Kira Goldstein with the Eichholz Law Firm Halftime Report. And in honor of Strom Thurmond's performance tomorrow, we're going to take another look at their performance of Little Shop of Horrors.
And that's what the plant grows off is blood. So what they have to do is they have to climb in it like this, they huddle up like this, and they go like this, and the mouth goes down on top of them and goes,
in the words of Tracy Lawrence, it's like a Texas tornado. You don't know what's going on in it. You're just like, okay, it's fun, and it's a little bit hectic. It's a fun hectic.
Here at Strom Thurmond High School, we offer musical theater, and we offer two different levels. One's a general musical theater class, in where I start you from the very beginning, and I teach you everything that you can possibly know about theater and about acting and about directing as well. On the advanced level, which is the class that produces the show in the spring, on that level, they already know how to act. They already know how to direct a show, and what I do is I take them 2 steps further, and I expect more out of them in order for them to produce that show that they do in the springtime.
I really like how Mr. McKinney is very hard on us to do our best because we succeed when he does it.
I, in the beginning, was just like, okay, but now I love this. Like, I would do it, like, when we build the set, I'm here building it. This is probably my favorite program at this school.
I mean, we've had Beauty and the Beast, we've had Lion King, but this is really gonna knock your socks off if you come and watch, so.
It's been really fun, and it's been very nice to meet new people and get comfortable around the stage more and to play the role as Audrey.
So our classes are really interactive. Peanut's a very hands-on teacher. So right now we're working on our own scenes to go to the middle schoolers and show them. And then after that, we're going to be working on our next show. But we're always moving, we're always busy, and it's nonstop.
One of the biggest goals that we have here at Strom Thurmond High School is to prepare our students to be able to go into the field of theater or musical theater. And we've had several people to make it to New York and come back to us and share their experience with us. So we do offer a lot.
We can do stuff most schools can't do, because like we can have big sets like the shop. That's the difference right there. I think we have one of the best directors in the state. I think we have one of the best theaters in the state. I think everything works together to make a great show. And I don't think many schools are going to offer that like here.
Last year, we were very fortunate because the New York Conservatory of Dramatic Arts came to see our show and offered my cast $58,000 worth of scholarships to attend the conservatory. And they're coming back this year on November the 4th. So that means a lot to our students and to us. It shows that our students are successful and they are creating. And that's what Strom Thurmond's about. It's of the high school I could go to that wouldn't have that. We are a huge family, and we're always there for each other, students and faculty.
We'll be right back.
The Eichholz Law Firm halftime show rolls on as the Region 4 3A championship game is about to enter the second half with Harlem and Morgan County. Morgan County with a 21-14 lead in this one. Harlem trying to defend its region championship from last year. So the region championship is on the line here. South Carolina has already entered the playoffs, and so let's take a look at your high school scoreboard, AB.
Yeah, that Midland Valley game was 21-21, but Trayvon Dunbar just raced in from 46 yards to give Midland Valley a 28-21 lead. Strom Thurmond rolling over Landrum. Greenville, that score is reversed. Greenville's up 56-0. They are hammering South Aiken. Barnwell leads Lake Marion, and good there for Coach Smith, the Border Bowl coach for South Carolina. North Augusta just took a lead. They were down 7-6. They now lead 13-7 in the third. Silver Bluff all over Mid-Carolina. Also, Washington Wilkes, having a really good season. Greene County lost their first game last week against Aquinas. They are in jeopardy of losing back-to-back. And how about this one? Greenbrier hasn't won a game in quite some time.
Yeah.
And this would be the first in about, 2 years?
November of 2021.
Wow.
November of 2021, so 2 years since they won a game, and they lead Brownwood Institute 14-7. And you know what? It could be the final game possibly for Tony Kramer, so that could be interesting there.
And for those Greenbrier seniors, they would have loved to go out with a win, I am sure. All right, we will have the second half kickoff. Morgan County with that 7-point lead. We'll get the ball next. Thank you for watching the Eichholz Law Firm Halftime Show. "24 minutes to decide the region championship between Harlem and Morgan County, and the Morgan County Bulldogs will start deep inside their own territory at the 6-yard line after great coverage by Harlem on the opening kickoff.
Yeah, as you were coming back, they bobbled the kick, and Harlem's coverage team all over it. So, yeah, a long way to go here for Morgan County as they lead 21-14. They broke open a tie on a trick play after they recovered a fumble on a kick and threw a long touchdown pass to take that 21-14 lead.
Alan Fuller is the quarterback back in for Morgan County, and on first down it is Jay Dorsy. He had a big first half. He's had a big year and a big first half. Had a big gain on first down.
Talented young man, and you're right, Fuller's back in there at quarterback, but I tell you, the sophomore backup did a pretty good job when he was in there.
Pick up a 5 on first down. And flag comes in. It looks like the early plan for Clint Jenkins is ground and pound.
Illegal shift.
Yeah, we didn't talk about it at halftime, but if you guys were around and saw the interview with Coach Jenkins at halftime, that is, if you sold like a Coach voice app, you should get him to do it because it sounded, that is football coach 101 right there.
I want to hear a conversation between him and Brian Smith at Barnwell.
Oh, gosh, yes. That'd be great.
So this will go against the Morgan County Bulldogs. 2nd and 9. And the fake to Dorsey. And this one will be a keeper up to the 20-yard line. Fuller kept it.
Yeah, slid down there at the 20.
And let's get you your QBs by the quarter for quarter number 2, brought to you, as always, by Culpeper Lumber, Ace Hardware. Nathan.
Yeah, we'll try and sneak these in real quick. Fuller for Morgan County, 4 for 28 yards. Strickland, 3 of 7 for 53. Tillery, 1 of 1 for 33 and a touch. Evangelista, 2 of 12 for 22 yards for Harlem, and 8 rushes for 67 yards and a touchdown.
Keeper by Fuller, enough for a first down. This time they'll go to Dorsey. And Harlem equal to the task here.
The fact that Evangelista is 2 for 12 with an interception and they are only down 21-14 tells me that Harlem's not in bad shape here. They just need to play some good D, play sound defense. Not, they don't have to force anything. There's plenty of time left, and play Harlem football, and they'll be in good shape.
Well, and you look at the first half stats, and the one that really stands out to you is the disparity in passing yards.
Yeah,
114 for Morgan County, just 22 for Harlem. And the penalty yards. Morgan County, a lot more penalties. Clean game by Harlem so far. But this is going to be a big gainer for Morgan County across the 40 up to the 45-yard line. That is your guy, AB.
Draco Frazita. Jaco Frazita. He's a big old boy. Look how hard he was to bring down. Just running through folks.
Boy. Huge gain, big first down for Morgan County. They keep the drive alive at the 45-yard line. Oh, some trickeration. And it's going to be complete, and it is going to be Tillery, and it is going to be a Morgan County touchdown. Wow.
I don't think I've ever seen this. So they did a trick play, and Tillery threw a long touchdown. This time they do a flea flicker, and Tillery catches the touchdown.
Wow, that play looked like it wasn't there either. Harlem had 4 guys back.
Harlem had guys. They just didn't make a play on the ball, really. They didn't see
even
the ball.
turn around.
Yeah, they didn't see the ball. Wow. They were right there, just didn't turn around. Tillery makes the catch. He's having a big game.
That is a 56-yard strike for Morgan County on the opening possession of the second half. And Evan Johnson for the point after. And it is very quiet here in Harlem.
Yeah, and I mean, if you're going to second guess, obviously Coach Porter's done an amazing job. I guess you could say they went for all those deep throws, and they're not out of it by any stretch. But I think Evangelista's running could get them right back in things.
Harlem Bulldogs need points, need them quick. 9:42 left in the third, down 14. Well, that student section was a lot more raucous a few minutes ago before the long touchdown pass by Morgan County, but the student section brought to you by Payne College Lions.
And they're kicking off at the 25. I think there was a penalty on the celebration after
there
the
was
touchdown.
After the touchdown. The flag came in late. Now let's see what kind of field position Harlem can get. And hurdling a man is Kendris Williams. And there's a flag.
That return is coming back probably.
So things not going Harlem's way at the moment.
Oh, doing a return?
I believe it's going to be a hold.
And if you weren't around for halftime, if you took a break and joined us, you missed.
On the return team.
You need to watch the rebroadcast.
It's going to be a first down.
Missed a great interview with the Evangelista's father.
My favorite line was, they're twins, and he said that, there were times that one of them would get in trouble and he couldn't tell them apart. So he just spanked both of them.
I love it.
The Evangelistas playing their final game here in a regular season for Harlem. Of course, they'll be home for the playoffs next week. Depends on whether they'll be hosting Monroe or Thomasville, depending on the outcome of this game.
Yeah, and whether or not they'll be hosting as region champs for sure. Got the work cut out for them here, down 14 against a pretty good Morgan County team.
Yeah, and the aforementioned Ethan Evangelista breaks free up to the 46-yard line. And you mentioned AB, his running could be what could get Harlem back into this game.
He's athletic. He's hard to bring down. And that was a nice run there. It looked like they had him stuck just past the line of scrimmage, and he still ends up getting it all the way up to the 45. Nice pickup.
Yeah, first down for the Bulldogs of Harlem. Now we'll swing it out, and Morgan County was ready for that. And Zach Moore was the first one in for the Morgan County Bulldogs. Evangelista 12 of 22 in the first half with an interception.
Yeah, his worst half throwing the football of the season. And,
first catch of the night as well for his brother.
I got to say, this secondary for Morgan County has played really, really well. I mean, for all the deep passes that Harlem took, they throw the screen and they're right on top of it.
Back up to the 42-yard line, loss of 3.
Again, if you lost your wallet, I want to check it. It's number 20, Malik Tyler.
And Tyler on the carry.
He'll get the yardage they lost back, plus maybe an extra 1 or 2 more.
So we're under 9 minutes to play. We do have an injury on the field. Morgan County has a player down.
It's a big third down play, and I don't. They're at a spot on the field where maybe you're running 2 plays here to get the 10 yards.
I think it depends if you get where you get to. Well, things not going Harlem's way right now, but boy, did they ever back in the spring. Harlem's baseball team. Let's take you back to May 19th of this year. Rome, Georgia. Advent Health Stadium, the home of the Rome Braves. We're about to change their name, by the way. Sweeping ring gold for the state championship. Harlem finished 25-1 for the 6th state baseball championship in school history, but the first since 1986. And Jimmy Lewis was there. There he is, the legend. Coach back in 86, coach in 2023. Harlem, your state champion of baseball.
Will Holder, talked about him earlier. He was the man on the mound for that game, went 11-0 as a sophomore. He's already committed to Georgia Southern.
And the punter on this football team.
Yep.
And threw a touchdown pass earlier this year, we mentioned, in the first quarter against Midland Valley.
Yeah, what a run, though. That 35 wins tied Greenbrier for the all-time Columbia County record. And Jimmy Lewis, to do it that long and to be that separated between your championships, and
almost unheard of.
And he still wants to go. We heard him the last broadcast we did at Midland Valley. He's ready to go get another one.
David Betrand is the shaken-up player for Morgan County. He is helped off the field, senior. And Harlem will face 3rd and 9 from its own 46-yard line.
3rd and 9.
Bulldogs need to get something going. Evangelista chased, running for his life, and he'll be knocked out of bounds at midfield. Well, this will be an interesting Ken Nugent one call that's all moment for Mark Boyder. Does he keep the offense on the field?
It's 4th and 5. You're at midfield. I don't know. I think you do. I think you go for it here.
I think down 14, you need points.
4th down. We're going to see.
But boy, if you don't get this.
Yeah, your defense is going to have to definitely stiff it up and make some plays, but we'll see if they try to draw them off first. And they call timeout. Morgan County calls timeout.
Morgan County calls its first timeout of this second half. So they'll have 2 left with 8:14 left to play in the third.
Even if that timeout was just to tell the guys not to jump off sides, I think it was worth it, because if you get the ball here and you're able to score again, then Harlem is in a really bad spot. So I think that timeout probably a good one by the coaching staff at Morgan County.
We'll take this moment to take a look at what's coming up on the Means Report this Monday.
Why do we need a new arena? Watch the next Means Report. Brad Usry, the vice chair of the Augusta-Richmond County Coliseum Authority, is our special guest. He will tell you the benefits of a new James Brown Arena. The Means Report.
So we've seen it all night long. So Morgan County has been doubling Elijah. So you got to believe they're going to take him out of this play. So you're going to have to go somewhere else, some kind of zone read or throw it to someone else.
Yeah, I think you either try to throw it to Williams if you can't find him, maybe let Evangelista make, almost like a design broken play. It's actually shorter than we thought. I thought it was going to be 4th and 5. It's actually about 4th and 3. So.
Oh, Evangelista's in no man's land. Taken down and dropped by Montfort.
Well, they had the perfect defense for that play. Montfort kind of ran in, free, nobody blocking him. Oh, and you had 2 guys who pulled on that side, and they both cut into the middle and left the defensive end wide open to the quarterback. So not a well-executed play there by Harlem, and now Morgan County gets the ball back.
At the 46-yard line of Harlem. And if you're Morgan County, you want to put your foot on the gas here.
They've loved the trick plays and shot plays all night. We'll see if we see another one here.
If I'm Clint Jenkins, I'm turning around and handing it number 1 until they stop him. But they're not going to do that. Fuller going to throw, and what do I know? It's Elder. It's complete inside the Murphy Auto Group red zone at the 20. I stand corrected. It's not inside the red zone. It's the 25-yard line. But, they've been a great partner for us this year. They won't mind the extra mention.
Of course not.
And things starting to slip away for Harlem here.
Yeah, they need, Baylor Davis, Banks Young, one of these guys is going to have to step up and, get their hat on a football or, do something big here to change this momentum. I mean, Harlem looked like the better team in the first half to me, but they have put themselves in a really bad spot here.
Fuller, you talk about a big play. You wanted a big stick. How about Will Holder, the aforementioned pitcher from that state championship game on the baseball team.
You would have loved for him to be able to knock this football loose.
It took a while for that ball to get there, and Holder was right there when it got there.
He was fired up after that play. They need more of those. Will Holder, we mentioned his pitching. He was 11-0 on the mound. He also hit 375 and led the team in RBIs this year in baseball as well.
And he's got a couple more seasons left.
Yep.
Already committed to Georgia Southern. Fuller in trouble. And again, this Harlem defense still playing.
That's Banks Young. He's been all over the place. That was good pressure. The quarterback had to sort of force, kind of rush that throw. So, yeah, this is a
big third down.
Harlem, this is a huge play. Harlem is, obviously got a little fired up there. The momentum's starting to shift their way a little bit, and they need a big play here.
That was a great play. He doesn't make that tackle. That's a touchdown.
Dorsey's the running back. Fuller is the quarterback. They'll throw. Chased. Incomplete. So it'll bring up 4th down, and we'll see what Clint Jenkins does.
Well, I mean, it's 4th and
12.
Yeah, 4th and 12. And I don't know, a field goal, you're talking like 45 yards or more.
It looks like the offense will stay on the field. If you don't make it, Harlem's still backed up.
Yeah.
Going to go 5 wide.
Yeah, 3 on the left, 2 to the right. Fuller fires. End zone. And just over Dallas Dickerson, the sophomore receiver, one of the many talented sophomores we've referred to on this Morgan County team. But big stop for Harlem. Bulldogs will take over now at their own 29-yard line.
Yeah, that was huge. The play by Holder, the big hit got him fired up. Then Banks Young made a nice play. And they got lucky a little bit here because Dickerson was free. The quarterback just overthrew him a little bit. So Harlem, the offense, they look so good on a couple of those drives in the first half. They need one of those right now. A quick drive down the field and get some points.
Yeah, if you're Harlem, it feels like you've kind of been lulled to sleep. The crowd's quiet, everything, but it's only a 2-score game. You get points here. This is a brand new ball game. So here's Evangelista. And he'll pick up 6.
Yeah,
Landon Vickers on the stop for Morgan County. He had a 99-yard strip and score last week for a touchdown against Cross Creek.
And where Harlem has been effective tonight has been Evangelista's running. They haven't been able to throw it that well. The secondary of Morgan County has been outstanding.
And this is Boyd. And not much there. It's going to bring up 3rd. Oh, boy, 3rd and about a yard.
Yeah.
Yeah, before that play, they had 143 total yards on the night, and 84 was from Evangelista's running the football.
Yeah.
Pick up a 3 for Boyd. So let's call it 3rd and 1 at the 38-yard line.
Third and a short 1.
That's Boyd. And he'll have the first down and pushes the pile across the 40 to the 41-yard line.
Good hard running. Not the biggest running back, but, man, he kept those legs churning and able to pick up the first down.
Needed 1, got 3. 1st and 10, Harlem at the 41. The lifelink of Georgia first down. And we, again, thank all of our partners and sponsors tonight that have helped make this 2023 season of Game Night Live such a success. Out of the shotgun, Evangelista wants to throw. He'll fling it downfield. Is that a one-handed grab?
No, he dropped it.
He did drop it. Wow, almost an amazing grab by Kendris Williams.
He might have got shaken up. He landed on his elbow.
They're going to give him that catch, but he did not catch that football.
Well, guess what? We have replay. High school football does not have official replay. Let's take another look.
What an effort.
Unbelievable.
Hits the ground right here.
Boy, wow.
He got away with one there.
Wow. Well, that is the difference between college and the NFL and high school.
Yeah, the effort alone, though, what a play.
Goodness gracious. Big first down from Harlem from the 22-yard line.
Yeah, I think Jenkins wanted to throw the red flag there. Challenge flag.
He's looking in his pocket. Where's
Yeah.
that red flag?
Yeah.
That's right. We don't have it on this level.
Yeah, well, good news for him is where he was. He probably couldn't tell.
Yeah.
He couldn't.
It was right in front of the Harlem bench, and none of them were anxious to point it out.
They were just like, yeah, great catch.
Second down. Evangelista on the keeper to the 17-yard line as we move inside the Murphy Auto Group red zone. And inside the final 4 minutes of this third quarter.
Third down at about 6.
So after all that, another big third down coming up for Harlem here from the 17-yard line. You've got a break.
Yeah.
A huge break on that call
Sure
on the
did.
catch. You've got to take advantage if you're Harlem.
Sure did, and you're right. They need it right here.
Evangelista got a block. Complete, short of the first down to his brother Elijah.
That was dangerous. That could have
Very
been picked
dangerous.
off there. And if he picked it off,
Nothing but green grass.
Nothing, because Evangelista got hit. That would have been a touchdown the other way. So fourth down.
Fourth and about 5.
Yeah, I'd like to see Harlem. Oh no.
Well, we've
Lost power.
in the press box. Don't know if you all can hear us still. Hopefully you can.
There you go.
Yeah, I'd like to see him vary the snap count here. Morgan County is really getting off the ball.
Yeah.
And Harlem's going to have to take a timeout. So on 4th and 5 from the 16-yard line, we have the lights back on in the press box, by the way. And Harlem will take its first time out of the second half and talk about it. That'll give us a chance for our final BrandSmart USA trivia question of the regular season. We still have a couple coming up in Border Bowl.
Did I get
in
credit
January.
last week? I mean,
we gave you credit.
I didn't know
absolutely.
it.
Yeah,
I
we gave you
okay,
credit.
Good.
Kira and I got it right for you.
I was pretty proud of myself
So-
on that one. I'm not great with music.
Yeah.
So now we're going to have to wait till after the play because we're coming back on the field. But I will say this. I'll preface it by saying this: we get the best responses from the pop culture trivia questions.
Okay.
So we have a pop culture trivia question tonight.
Okay.
That is also related to the Harlem Morgan County game, obviously.
Oh gosh.
But first, a massive 4th down, 4th and 5 for Harlem.
So they've got they've got the scoreboard back in terms of the clock, the time, 2:48 in county.
We had a bit of a power surge.
Or 2:48,
that
exactly.
knocked the power out here in the press box and apparently affected the scoreboard. So 2:48 is the time left on the clock here in the third quarter. They've got it back set right. And now we wait for the officials to give us the go. Go ahead. 4th and 5 for Harlem from the 15.
Oh,
and the ball's on the ground, and that's going to be Morgan County football.
Yeah, team captain, one of the captains jumped out.
Landon
on there.
Vickers, who we talked about earlier, he had such a big turnover against Cross Creek last week, and another one here in a much bigger circumstance against Harlem gives Morgan County the football. 1st and 10 going the other way.
Still plenty of time left in this game. If you're Harlem, you got to stay in the game. Defense stepped up last possession and made a stop. They've got to make another one right here.
A costly turnover, though, at an inopportune time. Not that there's ever a good time for
And
a
by the
turnover.
way, Midland Valley is in another instant classic. I won't give any hints. I'll let you guys check it out later tonight.
We have as Dorsy tries to get the edge. He'll pick up 4 or 5. Yeah, football Friday night, the South Carolina playoff edition. Georgia final week of the regular season coming up at 11:35 over on WJBF NewsChannel 6. All right, you ready for the BrandSmart USA trivia question?
I'm ready.
Before last year, you had to go back to 1994 for the last time that Harlem beat Morgan County. 1994 is widely regarded as one of the greatest years in movie history. What movie released in 1994 became the winner of the Oscar for Best Picture?
Okay.
Think about that. We will have the answer for you coming up in the fourth quarter.
And no pressure. This is for a winning season.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
So
No
AB's
pressure.
are we at 500 right now?
It all
Yes,
hangs in
we
the
are at
balance.
500 right
boy.
now.
We'll let Kira weigh in as well.
What year did you say, John?
1994.
94.
3rd and 7 for Morgan County from the 27-yard line. And Harlem didn't buy that. And again, Banks Young in the middle of the play for, I'll tell you what, after if you're a regular viewer, you know we award the McDonald's Offensive and Defensive Player of the Game at the end of the game. If Harlem can pull this thing out, Banks Young making a strong play for Defensive Player of the Game.
He's been outstanding tonight for sure. One of the smallest guys out there on that defense, but you'd never know it.
Number 34 on the left side of your screen. 97 seconds left as well, actually, we have a discrepancy. On the scoreboard, we have inside a minute, 47 seconds left. There we go. And now we have another timeout. Morgan County calls the timeout. That is their second of the second half. So they'll have one left.
Well, Harlem's still got a chance in this, but they've got to, every play, every minute, every, tick of the clock is really important now.
While they take timeout, let's take a look at what's coming up on Local Living.
Hey guys, I'm Anna Christina, host of Local Living. Be sure to catch us every Saturday at 9:30 to find out what's happening in the CSRA.
Local Living, Saturday morning at 9:30 on News Channel 6.
You know what's scary about that is I will already have been in Athens for 2.5 hours at 9:30 tomorrow morning. So Harlem does what it needs to do. The Bulldogs are going to get the ball back at the 35-yard line. So the defense does what it needs to do. The Harlem Bulldogs, though, need some offense, which has not been a problem for them this year. But Morgan County, and again, you mentioned it at the outset, AB, this is a defense for Morgan County giving up just 9 points a game, and we're seeing why.
Yeah, for sure. And Harlem's been able to move the football, but that last drive stalled. They've got to put points on the board.
From the 34. Call it 35, why not? And a first down. Quick hitter and a big gain.
Yeah.
Close to another first down.
Really nice run. That was
Boyd, yep. Call it 9.
I will say, Harlem came into this game, Evangelista over 1,600 yards passing and 21 touchdowns. This is one of the better defensive secondary performances I've seen. Morgan County's guys, those passes, it's not he's overthrowing them. It's not that the passes are poor. It's just the coverage has been great tonight.
They did give Boyd the first down on that carry, and then he carries again on first down and picks up a couple. And that will bring us to the end of quarter number 3. So, we have 12 minutes left to play, not only in the Region 3 4-3A championship game, but on Game Night Live for the 2023 season. Harlem, Morgan County. Bulldogs of Morgan County lead 28-14. Morgan County was created on December 12th, 1809, and then 61 years later, the city of Harlem was incorporated. And for the first time in Harlem history, they are trying to win back-to-back region championships. You can trace this Harlem High School all the way back to 1871. It's amazing. And all of the time, they started playing football here almost 100 years ago. And they're trying to win back-to-back region championships for the first
time
ever. And moving, needing points, down 28-14, 11:44 to play. As we are just underway here in the fourth quarter, Evangelista is going to throw it up for grabs.
The second
and he
great
won the
catch.
battle, a 50-50 ball, and a great catch by Elijah Evangelista. How many times have they done that in the backyard?
And that one was a catch.
That was most definitely a catch. And a much-needed, huge play by Harlem. Look at this.
Elijah is going to be telling his brother, Ethan, how he bailed him out on that one for a long time. What a catch.
Yeah, we're getting close to Thanksgiving. That'll be some fun conversation at the Thanksgiving table, as will this. How about that? Evangelista to Evangelista, touchdown Harlem.
And a little bit of payback. Remember earlier when Morgan County got the touchdown because the Harlem defenders didn't turn around? Watch this. The Morgan County defender had no idea where the ball was. Easy touchdown for Harlem.
Elijah Evangelista's 8th touchdown reception of the year.
22 TD passes for his brother.
And right back in the game are the Harlem Bulldogs.
Yeah, just what the doctor ordered for Harlem.
Bodine, point after. And it's good. Well, the prettiest thing I've ever seen in my life, but it doesn't matter. And Harlem back within 7 with 11:16 left to play, and we got a brand new ball game. And again, this has a little bit of that feel that we had last Friday night, where every time you thought Midland Valley was running away with the football game, here would come North Augusta.
28. I do have an announcement, please.
Can we get the QBs by the quarter in?
You may.
Evangelista was 2 of 15 for 67 yards and interception going into that fourth quarter. Definitely saw him complete a couple of passes there to start the fourth, but he also had 84 yards on the ground, including a touchdown. And then we definitely, if we go back to Morgan County, definitely Fuller is now 10 of 12 for 127 yards and a touchdown.
So this is a big possession for both sides here. And it'll be Trevon Rhodes on the return. I take that back. That is Dallas Dickerson on the return for Morgan County. And they'll have the ball at the 25-yard line.
So Harlem's defense has had back-to-back stops. The offense has got a touchdown. The momentum's back to their side. They need that defense to continue playing good football right here.
And there is a ton of time left in this football.
Yeah.
Don't forget, Football Friday night coming up at 11:35 over on WJBF News Channel 6. Brendan Robertson, Graham Lee, with week 1 of the playoffs in South Carolina. The final week of the regular season in Georgia. And on first down, a short-ish gain, give him 4 yards. That was Jalen Elder. Give him 3 on the catch, so call it 2nd and 7. And now we're going to have a wildcat formation for Morgan County. It's going to go to Dorsey. Dorsey pushes ahead, and he's going to be close to the first down. And we'll have it at the 36-yard line.
Yeah, he just hits he accelerates so fast. He was hitting the hole going full speed.
Hard to stop a 1,000-yard rusher when he does that. Kira Goldstein has a very special guest, one of our favorite folks in the CSRA. Kira.
Yes, I do. I have Harlem's athletic director, Rodney Holder, here. Mr. Holder, this has been such an exciting game, albeit a cold one. Harlem is making a push to come back. How exciting is it for you to be here watching them try to get another region championship?
It's amazing. I mean, we got a, oh no.
Oh, hold on.
Hold on, good tackle there.
Good tackle there. He says good tackle there.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, it's an amazing game, amazing atmosphere. Their kids are good kids. Our kids are good kids. Real similar communities. So special night.
You've watched Coach Boyder make history, come out here and win a region championship after 48 years. How have you seen the athletic department grow?
It's it's amazing how fast it's growing too, from our softball to our basketball. You know, that kind of set the tone last year, them and softball, and then it just carried over throughout the rest of the year, and even into this year we're off to a great start.
Yeah, so you mentioned softball. I know volleyball, state championships, region championships. You guys are trying to do it all. What do you hope for the future of the Harlem Athletic Department?
Well, that it continues to grow in a positive way, and you know, keeping great coaches around these kids, that's the secret, and we're very fortunate there, and you know, just trying to find the best people and surround our kids with them and see what happens. So.
All right, well, we're going to see what happens with this game. Harlem's going to try to battle back. We'll send it back up to John and AV and get back to the game. Thank you so much.
John, that's one of my former high school baseball teammates. Why does he look so much younger and better than I do? I don't like it at all. I don't like it one bit.
I tell you what, I give Rodney a lot of credit because nothing was going well for Harlem during that interview.
I know.
59-yard run by Jay Dorsy and capped off by the touchdown run by Dorsey, and just like that, Morgan County stretches the lead back to 14.
Congrats to Kira. She did the last in-game interview with Rodney Holder in his career, because he won't do another.
Not if that's going to happen. No, absolutely. All right, 35-21, Morgan County leads Harlem, 9:53 left. Morgan County has stretched the lead back to 14, and Harlem gets the football back. But it's pretty simple if you're Harlem at this point. You got to score and you got to get stops.
Yeah.
And you need good field position. And Kendris Williams trying to make that happen across the 40 to the 43-yard line, and that is where the Harlem Bulldogs will set up shop.
Well, I know he had the one fumble, but, man, he's had a great night returning kicks as Williams. They don't want to get him into the act offensively, you know, on another deep throw maybe.
You know, in baseball, they call it a shutdown inning.
Yeah.
When you score in the top of the inning, you need to keep the other team quiet in the bottom half. Harlem needs that now. But that was impressive what Morgan County did on that previous drive.
Yeah, it was. Big, long run, and then they just pushed it right into the end zone. And, you know, Harlem had a great drive last time too, but now they're right back in the same position, down 14, needing 2 scores, a little bit less time on the clock and a little further to go.
Dorsey now with 15 touchdown rushes for the year. Touchdown carries. Evangelista still gunning, still firing. Finds his brother, Elijah, across midfield into Morgan County territory after the 42-yard line.
He's got that little sidearm whip and just perfect throw there. Waited and waited. Got his brother coming across and hit it. Beautiful pass.
They'll give him an extra yard. 1st and 10 at the 41 for Harlem. A lifelink of Georgia first down, as it were. And Malik Tyler gets the carry. The leading rusher for this Harlem team, and he's pushing ahead, fighting his way across the 40 to the 38-yard line. They're going to give him 5.
Yeah, ball spotted at 36.
So good, tough run on first down for Tyler. Harlem tries to answer. And how about this? Another first down for the Harlem Bulldogs.
Number 20,
It's Tyler again.
Clock stops to move the change.
He should be up over 500 yards rushing for the season now. We go under 9 minutes to play in this region championship contest. And 1st and 10 at the 28-yard line.
Yeah, they got to get a little sense of urgency here. I mean, there's time left, but you got to get a score, get a stop, get another score just to tie it, or unless you go for 2.
Ethan Evangelista being chased. Has to get rid of it, and he'll throw it away.
Yeah, smart play there. Get rid of the football.
And again, he was being chased by Antavius Elder, who's been all over the field tonight for Morgan County.
Yeah, he's played a good game tonight. Big number 8 there. You see in the middle of the screen.
Could be a candidate for our McDonald's Defensive Player of the Game. Evangelista keeps to the 25 and not much more.
And who else wrapped him up there? Big number 8.
On the tackle, Jamil Cox.
Yeah, put a star by his name.
Yeah.
Picks up about 3. Number 8 Elder will give him a hand.
We knew Jay Dorsy was a superstar on the offensive side of the ball, but I've been really impressed with Antavius Elder on the defensive side.
So again, they're getting the play in, and I get this, but I mean,
precious seconds
yeah, the
ticking
clock
off the
is
clock.
running. It's down to 7.
What you're saying is it's getting late early for Harlem.
Yeah.
Evangelista against his body. Oh, dangerous pass, and that's going nowhere.
Well, and also again, the clock's
the
running.
clock's
You got to
gonna move.
get up there and move. You need 2 scores.
Harlem has 2 timeouts left. Morgan County 1.
And lose a few, 4th down and 10.
And tick tock, tick tock.
Well, here the problem is, I mean, 4th down, you got to get. It's a long way to go here. That last play really hurt you.
Yeah, line to make is the 18-yard line. Evangelista will throw for it. And he's close.
I think he's short.
He's not going to be close. Yeah.
That's gonna be short by about 2
Yeah.
yards. Yeah.
Wow. So turnover on downs for Harlem. An interesting selection there.
That was tough because Williams was trying to
His
keep his
momentum
feet in
was
bounds.
taking him out of bounds.
But you know, again, it goes back to the old theory. You've got to run past the first down marker. You got to throw it past the first down marker. In that case, they don't. Morgan County's going to take over the football. 7:04 to go, up 2 scores.
And now, if you're Morgan County, I would suspect we're going to get a steady dose of Jay Dorsey. If you're Harlem,
yeah, why not?
Your back's against the wall now.
We talked about this Morgan County team's been so balanced tonight, John. Just over 200 passing and rushing.
Well, and the dangerous thing here, you're going to start trying to strip the ball, and sometimes that's when guys break runs, when you're not actually wrapping them up.
There's Dorsey, and a first down. 11 yards on first down for Dorsey.
Yeah, Will Holder with another tackle, but again, not before Dorsey picks up nice yardage.
To Nathan's point, starting this drive, before this drive, I should say, Morgan County, 250 yards, 215 yards passing, 205 rushing. That's about as balanced as you can get. And we were kind of under the impression that Morgan County just runs it and runs it and runs it, but
no, I mean that hasn't been the case tonight for sure.
Dorsey's starting to really have a night. I've got him up to 183 yards on the ground.
Yeah. Well, we talked about on your radio show last night, AB, could Harlem stop him? And so far the answer has been no. On this play,
Banks Young, man.
That was not Dorsey, but nice stop made on Montfort by Banks Young. Morgan County possibly a little more than 6 minutes away from a region championship. Harlem hoping for a miracle to make it back-to-back region titles.
Yeah, I mean, the clock is not their friend right now for sure.
It is now under 6 minutes. Ours is frozen on the screen, but here in the stadium, down to 5:57. Dallas Dickerson on the receiving end.
They don't throw it deep with this quarterback, and there's nothing fancy about Fuller, but if you look at it, he's been very efficient with those short passes, a high completion percentage. Dallas Dickerson with the play, and now Morgan County again, they're just content to let things.
Why would you hurry?
Yeah.
Clock continues to move. 5:24 here in the stadium, so we're about 5 seconds off on our end. They're hooked in together. Sometimes the technology, depending on the stadium, doesn't mesh every now and then, but now it looks like we're getting closer.
Yeah, Montfort with another really good run there.
So Morgan County into Harlem territory at the 49-yard line. He's 2nd and 1 as they continue to just eat clock and eat yardage, and it's going to be tough for Harlem at this point. Regardless, both of these teams will be home for the first round of the playoffs next week. And if this, as the first down is
You know, and both of these teams are going to be tough outs for whoever they play.
Well, that's what I was going to
Yeah.
say. You know, if the score holds true, or if Morgan County does hang on here, they would be home against Monroe next week in Madison. Harlem would be right back here next week against Thomasville.
I think Thomasville, the tougher draw, obviously, out of those two. But
That's the problem with not winning the region championship game. You do get the tougher. They're going to be the number 3. Harlem would be the number 2 seed taking on the number 3. Morgan County would be the number 1 taking on the number 4.
But I don't think either one of these teams, you know, is going to be pushovers for anybody in the playoffs.
On first down.
The big fella.
Yeah, the big fella from D. We talked about his defense. How about Antavius Elder?
He said, Coach, I've been all over the field on defense. Give me the ball a couple times.
Hey, he's got 3 rushing touchdowns this year. He's no stranger to carrying the rock. And a nice spin move there for a big fella. Yeah.
It's not a spin move for him. It's a pirouette.
It's a pirouette, sure.
Yeah.
As we get down under 4 minutes.
There's nothing really Harlem can do right now. Obviously, you've got timeouts, but you know you need 2 scores. You can't blow them all here. You just got to get a stop. They haven't been able to do that. Another good run.
Yeah, Monfort has had a big game. It is going to come back. There's a flag down.
Yeah, flag down and a couple of Harlem players down.
One of them's back up, and now both of them are back up. So that's good news for the Harlem team. So we'll have 2nd and 11.
It's a hold on the offense. We'll replay 2nd down.
Got any guesses on our trivia question? Let's go ahead and do the Brand Smart USA trivia question. So you have to go back, before last year, you have to go back to 1994 for the last time that Harlem beat Morgan County. One of the better years of cinema in America. What movie released in 1994 went on to win Best Picture?
Well, I'm leaning towards 2, and I'm only doing it based on the time frame. The 2 I'm leaning towards are A Few Good Men and Shawshank Redemption, 2 of my favorite movies. So I'm leaning towards those, of course. I don't know if they're right. I'm guessing it's about that time frame. I'm going to go Shawshank Redemption, one of the best movies of all time.
That's an excellent choice. Nathan?
I'm just gonna go to one of my favorite movies as a kid. It's not a winner, but Little Rascals.
Nathan, you are disqualified from all future.
I went Shawshank. He goes Little Rascals.
Kira, would you? Well, never mind. Well, she can't see. Kira, would you like to guess?
You know, I was going to guess Top Gun, but I feel like it's wrong.
Oh my God! First of all, you're 10 years off.
Yeah, well, I'm young.
Yeah. So
I'm out.
So at least AB got the right year, which is 1994 with Shawshank Redemption. But no, Forrest Gump.
Forrest Gump.
Yeah.
Now, hard to beat that. One of the best movies.
But
of all time.
I had here are some movies.
So Shawshank was in.
Shawshank was in
that year too?
'94,
Okay. Yeah.
and a lot of critics believe that Shawshank should have won Best Picture or Pulp Fiction, which also came out that year.
Wow, that was a good year.
So 1994, you had Lion King, Speed, Shawshank Redemption, Pulp Fiction, Quiz Show, and Forrest Gump. All in the
Quiz
same
Show
year.
got a lot of hype
Right.
too.
So.
You know, you're right. Shawshank probably was better. Forrest Gump.
One of
was
my
great,
favorite.
though. Forrest Gump was also great, but no bigger travesty than the year Shakespeare in Love won over Saving Private Ryan.
Yes.
That's Austin and Rhodes and I agree on that one big time.
I would 100% agree with
I
that.
don't know how that happened, but no, Shawshank, one of the best ever.
I'm shocked mine wasn't the answer.
Little Rascals not on the list. Actually, I'm old enough to have watched the Little Rascals as a kid on television.
The actual television
the
show,
actual show. I'm still mad that Rodney Holder looks so much better than me, and he's almost my age.
Well,
have to talk with him, find out what he's doing for his skin.
Looking like it's going to be a fun trip back down I-20 for the Morgan County Bulldogs.
Hey, they've earned it. They played
You
well.
bet.
And Harlem, it was really the offensive game plan early on was a little weird with the deep throws. And obviously the coaching staff knows far more than me. They saw something, and that's why they were doing it. But not hitting those big passes, those incompletions, you stall drives, and you give the other team more chances. And that's Morgan County, give them credit. They took advantage of those chances.
Well, this is going to do it for the regular season for us here on Game Night Live. But guess what? We still got one more game left this year. January 9th, we will be at the Bear Den, Burke County High School for Border Bowl 11. Barrett Davis will be the head coach of Team Georgia from Evans High School. Brian Smith from Barnwell will be the coach of Team South Carolina. There we go. There's our venue. For the first time ever, we are taking Border Bowl to Waynesboro. Cannot wait. January 9th, 1 o'clock on WJBF News Channel 6. And you can find the rosters and all the other info at WJBF.com as Morgan County punts Harlem deep into a hole.
Penalty back at the line of scrimmage.
Yep, back at the 44-yard line, 43-yard line, and it'll go against Morgan County.
Hey, bring it back.
And I stand corrected. Border Bowl is actually January 13th of 2024. Anyway, either way, you have plenty of time to make your plans. But don't show up on the 9th because nobody will be there. So we'll do this over again. And this is going to work out a little bit better for Harlem.
Yeah.
As they'll have the ball at the 21-yard line. But down 2 scores, 3:13 left to play. It's been a fantastic year here on Game Night Live. I want to thank once again our wonderful crew that's set up and broken down after each and every game, before and after every game. Our director, Josh Recor, replay coordinator, Ben Price, on audio, Jeff Singleton, running cameras for us tonight, Katron Hugie, Kat Kingery, Jake Arnold, Gary Nipple. Our red cap tonight is Scott Skadden, working the sidelines for us, Adam Karstens. The live truck, Philip Scott, in master control back at Television Park, Jarrett Ledger. Our production timer, Ashlyn Williams. Our production manager, Lauren Fitzgerald. And that's just tonight. We have had a cast of thousands that have helped us each and every night this year on Game Night Live.
Awesome.
And it has been a fantastic year. And we hate to see it come to an end. Look forward to seeing these two teams, or these teams, as they make their way through the playoffs. I know this is not the outcome Harlem was looking for, but again, they'll be home next week.
Yeah, they will. That's the thing you've got to do. You've got to totally forget this, and it's just another part of the season. You know, it's the second season starting with the playoffs.
Evangelista evades the sack, gonna fling it.
Game's not over
downfield.
if you make that catch.
Yeah. It's not
looking for Williams.
It's not over. Nathan Point, especially if he had obviously caught that. It's not over, but they need some big plays in a hurry.
And Busby's another one of our wonderful partners.
And by the way, Evangelista, talk about January 13th for the Border Bowl. He will be one of the quarterbacks for Team Georgia.
You bet.
Yeah, nothing to hang their head about. I mean, you got to forget, especially this one, because you got to forget it and move on to the playoffs unless they, of course, have a miraculous comeback. And because especially Evangelista, you know, he's had a great year. Obviously, you want to come out on senior night and play better and have a better game, but you got to forget it, let it roll off your back, and move on to the next game.
Well, and that's the good thing. You know, we heard from his dad at halftime, and you know they know they've got at least one more game in their career. This is not the end. And the same for the Morgan County team. They're going to get at least one more game in Madison.
And kudos to both teams, too. One thing, Rodney Holder mentioned this. Man, and I've seen it more in this game than any other game. I don't know what it is about these two, but there's some mutual respect because the players are helping one another off the field, up off the turf. The sportsmanship and the mutual respect has been pretty awesome to see tonight between the two.
That's a testament to the coaches, Clint Jenkins of Morgan County, Mark Boyder here at Harlem, as the clock will stop with 2:27 here in the stadium on the scoreboard.
Fourth down, though, so Harlem's got to get it across basically.
Got to get it to
midfield,
almost a midfield, 49-yard line, and otherwise it's pretty much all she wrote. Evangelista This is it. Got to get to midfield. Heaves it, and it's picked off. And Morgan County can begin the celebration.
Well, more interceptions tonight for Evangelista than he had the entire season coming in. He only had one all year, and he's had a couple tonight.
Zach Moore on the INT for Morgan County.
Well,
the Bulldogs with the capital D can begin to celebrate.
Yeah, Moore. I just talked about the sportsmanship. Then he puts the ball in his face. But, you know, the secondary for Morgan County, I kept harping on it. Man, they were really good tonight.
Yeah.
They did a great job keeping the, receivers in check for the most part.
Might be a little bit of a chilly Gatorade bath there for Coach.
Powerade.
Powerade?
Powerade.
Yes.
I haven't had the other one in years. You can't be a self-respecting Georgia fan.
Yeah, I don't know what they have.
No, well, listen. Madison is 25 miles south of Athens. I don't think they're drinking any of that stuff either. Speaking of Powerade, we'll have our Powerade play of the game and our Georgia Health Department hit of the game, and as always, our McDonald's offensive and defensive players of the game coming up in another 2 minutes. And, well, 1 minute and 50 seconds as the clock ticks here in the stadium.
You are not allowed to be on the track or on the field.
I learned a little bit. I talked earlier about my great uncle Woody, who lives in Madison, a historian. I always thought that Madison's it was voted in Budget Travel magazine, one of the top 16 most picturesque villages in the world.
Really?
Yeah. And I always thought when Sherman marched to the sea, he didn't burn Madison, which is why it's got these historic homes and buildings and stuff. I always thought I was always told that it was because it was too pretty to burn.
Yeah.
Apparently that's not true. Apparently a congressman by the name of Joshua Hill, who was a pro-union congressman, lived in Madison and had some ties to Sherman, and so he went around.
Yeah, skip my town, man.
More political than picturesque.
I was thinking maybe he had like 10 different girlfriends, because that's like the rumor of Augusta, right? He didn't burn Augusta because he had a
That's also a rumor, yeah. It's a beautiful town, and it's going to be the site of a celebration later tonight when the Morgan County Bulldogs get home, as Dorsey has had such a huge game, such a huge season, hurdles a defender.
Yeah, Coach Jinga's probably thinking, wait, don't do that. Let's save that.
We need you next week.
Yeah, let's save that stuff.
We're inside the final 30 seconds now.
Again, we ask, ladies and gentlemen, if you will.
Well, it's been a great season for Harlem, coming up short as far as the region title goes, but still home for the playoffs. A lot to play, obviously, to play for going forward. So.
Yeah, both of these teams will be home next week. May not have to snap the football again. 10 seconds now on the game clock here in the stadium. 3, 2, 1. And that'll do it. Or will it?
Nope, they're going to stop it with 2 seconds.
2 seconds, okay. Well, that's okay. I'm not ready for this season of Game Night Live to be over anyway.
Right, exactly. It went by too fast.
Keep it right here. So, yeah, 0.02 is what we have on the game clock here in the stadium. Don't forget, Football Friday night coming up, 11:35 over on WJBF News Channel 6 with all your playoff highlights and scores. And if you're watching, I don't know that Harlem will want to relive this, but if you're watching on the live stream in Madison and Morgan County, you can catch the re-air if you've got a rabbit ear antenna and want to watch the re-air of WJBF Game Night Live Sunday at noon over on WJBF News Channel 6.
Well, is your family member watching us tonight?
If he turned 101 last month, my guess is we're past his bedtime.
He can do whatever he wants to do.
But yes, he can
He's
do
earned it.
whatever he darn well pleases is what I'm imagining. So one more snap of the football and it'll be official. And they're just going to fling it. And that's how it'll end. So we knew it would be dogs on top one way or the other.
Yeah.
The Morgan County Bulldogs are Region 4 3A champions.
Yeah, again, seeing the sportsmanship we talked about, Montfort and one of the Harlem players hugging there after the game. A good win. I mean, Morgan County played well. They took advantage of some miscues by Harlem, and for the Bulldogs, a little bit sloppy in the pass game early on, and they had their moments, but bottom line, Morgan County, played the better game tonight and got the victory, and they're your region champions.
And Kira Goldstein is standing by with the victorious region championship winning coach of the Morgan County Bulldogs, Clint Jenkins. Kira.
Coach, first time since 2017. How do you describe tonight?
It's a great feeling. It really hadn't sunk in yet, so we're just really excited for our community, really excited for our kids. So
your secondary on defense really stepped up and solidified this game. How would you characterize the defensive performance tonight?
Just unbelievable. We've been a little bit, but we were able to hold when we needed to hold. Had some turnovers when we had to get some turnovers. So again, just super proud of our kids all the way around.
You told me before this game started that your team really understood the expectation and that you've been growing something very quickly here at Morgan County. What does this say about your team and what you're building?
It just like I said, kids believed in what we're trying to do, and like I said, they're starting to sow. We've sown a little bit, starting to reap a little bit of it. So again, just really proud of our kids, really happy for our community and our program. So.
Big congratulations. Go enjoy it, Coach. Thank you. Guys, we're going to send it back out to you.
Our thanks to Coach Clint Jenkins, and a congratulations to Morgan County, and congratulations to Harlem as well on a great season.
Yeah, phenomenal year.
And again, both of these teams will be home again next week in the playoffs. We're just getting going. We got the post-game show coming up, our Powerade play of the game, our Georgia Health Department hit of the game, and the McDonald's offensive and defensive players of the game all coming up. We talked about sportsmanship. We do have some pushing and shoving here
after all that during the game.
Don't want to see that. Coaches doing a great job getting those players separated. That came out of nowhere because it was a cordial handshake after the game. Looks like cooler heads have prevailed. We'll keep it right here, and
it looks like that was one player on each team. I see one guy being pushed back here, one on the other side was being pushed back.
So quite a few players getting on their own teammates.
Yeah. So Kira, I don't know if you could hear Kira, but she tells us from the sideline that Coach Jenkins was very quick to get his team out of there. Coach Boyder, I saw on the other side, doing the same as well. And even some Morgan County players getting their own teammates out of there.
You can't afford to have somebody suspended for a playoff game.
That's right.
No. All right, so it looks like cooler heads have prevailed. So we'll continue on with the post-game show. We'll hand out some hardware next. Morgan County, your Region 4 3A champions, 35-21 over Harlem.
26 for 195 and a touch.
Yes. 35-21, Morgan County wins the region championship over Harlem. And we have one more time for the 2023 season here on Game Night Live, our Powerade play of the game.
Yeah, this one's, let's see.
Well, there were a lot to choose from on the Morgan County
one of the
side.
flea flickers or fancy pass plays, I would assume, and that's going to be it.
We're going to see it in reverse. And now we're going to see it in forward motion.
Fuller going deep and found his man Tillery with the big catch. That was a big one for sure.
That's the one that sprung Morgan County toward a region championship. First one since 2017. Now the Georgia Health Department hit of the game.
Might have been the Will Holder hit on the screen pass. Yeah, here we go.
Oh,
boom.
Yes.
That was a big one.
Sophomore coming up big after breaking a couple of ribs against Midland Valley earlier this year. And what a play on defense. So don't get the region title tonight, but do get the Georgia Health Department hit of the game. So a couple more pieces of hardware to hand out, our McDonald's offensive and defensive players of the game. For that, we go back down to the field and Kira Goldstein.
Howdy, Coach. Hey, I may need you to cue me because...
All right, well, we're still working, trying to establish communications with Kira. But eventually we'll have our McDonald's offensive and defensive players of the game.
Yep.
As the visiting side on the top of your screen there is emptied out as they get ready to make that celebratory drive back down I-20.
I hope I can make that drive.
Yeah.
I hope my car's out there. I've had an issue with my car a couple times this year.
All right, Kira's ready now on the sideline. Kira.
All right, guys, I got our offensive and defensive players of the game, and I got Coach down here to help me hand out some hardware. We're going to start with Jaden Dorsey. You had So many offensive yards tonight. I'm reading 195 and a touchdown. Did you even know that that was your stat?
No, ma'am, I did not know that was my stat.
Well, there you go. An incredible performance from you. How would you characterize the offensive performance tonight from your team?
Man, we trained so hard for this. You know, it was expected. You know, we worked for it, so we came and did what we worked with Coach Jenkins, Coach Bell. They put us in position, and we executed the plan.
Coach told me that you guys have been working so hard and that you guys knew the expectation coming in here tonight. What was it like for your team to come together and get this done as a unit?
It was real important. Coming from where we come from, my 10th grade year, how bad it was, to 11th grade to now, it's amazing how much we done grew.
Well, you earned that hardware right there. I'm going to let Coach hand that to you, and we are going to make our way over to our defensive player of the game. That's going to be Antavius Elder. Antavius, what was it like out there tonight on the defensive side? Your secondary really stepped up, and you guys are a huge part of the reason why you got it done.
I mean, it was excellent, man. We've been practicing for this for a long time, since the summer. Last year, we got upset at our home, and we wanted to come down here and redo the favors to them.
How much did that upset last year play into tonight's performance?
A lot, really a lot. I want to give credit to Coach Jenkins and our defense coordinator, David Pathay. Excellent job. I mean, it was a good win.
Your team really showed up tonight and played as a unit. This is something that you've been building on since Coach Jenkins got here, and probably even before that. What does this say about what Morgan County can do and what you guys are building?
A lot, and we're not done. Next week we got a playoff game, and after that, I know we will get past the first round and go deep in the playoffs.
All right, well, you earned some hardware. It's been well fought by both of you. Huge congratulations. Congratulations to you, Coach. Hugs all around. Guys, we're going to send it back up to you.
Fantastic. I like that. Congratulations to Morgan County on a hard-fought win and a hard-fought region championship.
And I love hearing those kids. The coach said it. They bought in. They were struggling early in their career, freshmen, sophomores. They've gotten better and better. And, 9-1, region champions, hosting a playoff game. Loved it. And, what Elder, so well-spoken, and I loved what he had to say. And, if you're Harlem, two of the teams you lost to are a combined now 20-1.
And all-state ranked.
So, that's not too shabby.
Let's sneak in our final bit of hardware, our QBs by the quarter, Nate.
Yeah, last one of the regular season.
Yeah.
So Fuller for Morgan County was excellent tonight. They did play a couple of quarterbacks, but he was 12 of 14 for 142 yards and a touchdown, really being a huge part of that balanced offense. And then Evangelista, not one of his better nights, but did have 87 yards rushing and a touchdown. It was 11 of 26 for 137 through the air and a couple of interceptions.
Well, fellas, it's been fun.
It has been.
I enjoyed it.
About too fast.
I know. I can't believe it's already over.
I can't believe it's been AV for me and you 12 years. I know John joined us.
7th year for me, yeah.
So they fly by.
They do fly by, and I guess I'm going to have to spend the whole weekend sulking that I finished the year under 500 in our Brandsmark trivia.
Forrest Gump gotcha.
Yeah. John and I will be coming to get our prize.
Oh, well, Nathan, thank you so much. AB, always a pleasure.
Sir.
Enjoyed it. Kira Goldstein down on the field. One more time, don't forget Football Friday night coming up at 11:35 over on WJBF, and catch the encore presentation of Game Night Live coming up high noon on Sunday over on WJBF News Channel 6. I thanked AB and Kira and Nathan. We couldn't do this without you folks. Thank you so much for watching this year. Thank you to our sponsors and our partners. And, of course, this is it for the 2023 regular season. We still have Border Bowl to go. In the meantime, John Hart for Ashley Brown, Nathan Edwards, Kira Goldstein saying Happy Thanksgiving, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy New Year, and we will see you again on January 13th for Border Bowl 11. Good night, everybody.